Hello everyone, and welcome to The Ghost in the Machine, a D&D live play about memory, identity, magic, and the void. We live here now. Hi, how are you? I am your host, gracious, handsome, magnificent, intelligent. What are some other adjectives, folks? Just anything that comes to mind.
Conceited.
Modest.
Ruthless.
Self-indulgent. Merciless.
Inventive.
Liz knows how to win. Liz knows how to survive. I'm going to show them. You all feel ready? I'm going to show them you.
I was born ready. Oh, you son of a...
Don't look at them, chat. Don't look at them. Hi. Say hi.
We're idiots.
Hello. Hi.
Yeah, we are back for episode 45.
Isn't it 46 this week?
No, it's 45.
I got it right this time. It's not 20, it's not 5, it's 45. I double checked. Yeah, so we are picking back up with some Void shenanigans, but before, let's just do our announcements. As always, remember our friends at Animal Helper. In case you didn't know, they're a 501c3 located, I don't know why I'm looking at my arm, 501c3 located in New Orleans. They rescued my dog Ginger, and that's how I got to know them. They are a volunteer-led organization, so every dollar you give goes directly to them. Go below and look at their Facebook to find out how you can help. If you don't have any money to give, just share a post, because just by getting that post in front of the right person, you can help save a life. Go ahead and check them out. They're an awesome organization. I've worked with them behind the scenes. I've seen it all. They're terrific, absolutely terrific. So check them out. What other announcements do we have?
We have a new button below.
Which button is that? Yeah, Dice Envy.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was up.
Oh, that's been up for a little while. Sorry.
Well, let's point
I
people.
haven't been announcing it.
Let's do the redirect.
Yeah.
Hit 'em with it.
So the Dice Envy button is there so that you can get a discount on some dice, because they're amazing. I think that one of the best things that Dice Envy does is they do a 99-cent pack of dice every month, and they're different. Because they believe that it shouldn't be expensive to get into gaming. And that's just one of the few things they do. They're also, what do we call it? Affiliates, associates?
Affiliates. We have an affiliate link.
Yeah, so this is an affiliate link. We get a small kickback, which is awesome. But really, they do amazing dice. They did, I've got a set of their dice here, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
They did all the little cool D4s.
Yeah. The awesome
So, do you have one of the Warlock D4s? And we'll pass these to Matt, and he will stick them in front of the
Yeah,
cameras.
I'll do that. That's something I can do.
So they do
Oh, God, I
metal
dropped them.
dice, and they do.
Let me see here.
But that's a healer D4, so make sure you show off those hearts.
Hearts for health. Woo,
Yep.
There's a mirror.
And then the magic missile D4.
Yeah, Gilly uses these for all of her magic missiles when she's murdering
Yay.
citizens, that kind of thing.
That's right.
You know, like how Gilly likes
And
it.
that's right. They're doing a Kickstarter for wooden dice. It either is going on or just finished.
I think it got fully funded if it did finish. I'm
Of
really
course.
interested in it. But
Yeah, they did some really cool wood dice. There's like a rainbow one, and they're all very, very fancy. I would break them immediately.
I like
so I
wood.
didn't get any.
That's awesome.
That's why I got the metal ones. But yeah, affiliates, go do a thing.
And so, yeah, use the link, and your purchase helps support the stream so we can buy me tighter shirts.
That's right.
That's
right.
There's two ways
Don't
to
go
do
any
it.
tighter.
You can either buy tighter shirts or just gain weight. Pick one.
why not both?
Yeah! High five! It's big boy season.
Modern problems require modern solutions.
That's right. Parents, turn off the sound on your TV. Turn on the subtitles. They're now reading.
Yeah.
It's a good day.
There you
That's
go.
right.
That's not a thing we have.
Not yet. Right.
Subtitles, that's because all of this, words to voice recognized subtitles are terrible.
Oh, on TV.
We'll get there.
Well, no, for us too.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we don't have it, is because I can't find a program that actually functions without major medical issues.
Medical.
bleeding from the ears.
Programs have medical issues.
It
all
gives,
right?
it gives people strokes.
No.
So, Alexis, hit us with an announcement.
Well, just a reminder, real quick, we're doing the Turtle one-shot. Everybody gets to see all the turtles that you donated your bits for. That is going to be on June 9th. It's a Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central Daylight, whatever, Central Time. We're Chicago area. Anyway, so that's happening. And also, I had a very successful stream with a lot of you lovely folks on Sunday, creating a Rage Witch for D&D as a thank you for a Twitter milestone for myself. And that was really great. So follow me on Twitter and you'll find out when that's going to get released. I'll put it out on Twitter for free.
Nice.
Pretty great.
As thank you.
I believe that is the whole kit and caboodle. As always,
Find me and Matt on... No, find me on Variant Rolls tomorrow for Invisible Sun.
yeah,
And me and Matt on Urban Shadows on Sunday.
pretty hot. Alrighty, folks. So,
That's everything.
we shall begin the recap. I will help us kick off here. When we last left the Prism, they had just fallen deeper into the void after a confrontation with a powerful void mage, Creature Anastasia, an ancestor of Silvilius. And after that confrontation, they were sucked into his void horizon and fell deeper into the void and landed in one of the 3 dead gods of the void, the 3 planets, somewhere far off in the distant void. One of the dead gods, which is as they're known, they're called the 3 dead gods, one of the planets, is a mishmash of a couple pocket dimensions and the land of the summer forever, Silvilius' ancestral home. And then what happened once you guys landed in the dead god thing?
We pretty quickly encountered Midgar Lang, who seemed to be trapped there as well. Midgar Lang being part of the Lang Consortium. We'd encountered him before. Apparently, in the future, this current future self had bought his services.
So the last time we met him, I think it was off stream.
It was.
He told us that we already had, or I had a premium. Sevilius had a premium membership
Right.
already, and rescued us from 200 years in the past.
Right.
And this time is when we bought the membership.
Right.
Got
Exactly.
a pretty good deal.
Causality.
But did we?
Or did we?
No.
I think we got ripped off.
I was expecting you guys to go way lower.
I can't believe that you paid that much.
Wow.
You know what? Someone's gonna have to pay me back.
It's a membership to the
We'll
Link
split it.
Consortium, Michael. How much could it cost?
3,500 gold.
Oh boy.
But then afterwards, I think Lang, he was also trapped, and we found that out after we signed a contract with him. So we had to go get some void stones or void crystals, void diamonds, and collect them in order to be able to escape. Nothing of interest happened during that fight.
And what happened once the fight started, folks? Talk us through it. Walk us through it.
What didn't happen when
I
the fight started?
so our stabby rogue teleported to the wrong side of the river, and then had to run back.
Me.
The
Well,
void
not the
mage
wrong
kept
side,
flipping
yeah.
with their
Yeah.
tank.
Started on the right side of the river.
Turns out there was no right side to that river.
Yeah.
It was all the
Yes,
wrong
but we
side.
quickly found out that it didn't matter which side of the river.
And
it was on.
some unoriginal mangler, whatever.
Starspawn Mangler.
Starspawn Mangler bastard who has not an original shtick decided to kill me. So I
Yes.
died.
Launched into a series of
attacks.
successive attacks with
How many?
advantage. 6.
Six.
A
Oh,
series of
yeah.
successive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
which
it
is-
only took 3 to...
So mirroring Justice's
Yeah, he
own
died pretty.
own ability, he felled Justice in a surprise attack and killed him.
After I took 39 points of damage with no save.
Yeah, welcome to the void. I'll kill you twice this encounter and make you beg for it.
Yeah.
You know what? I have almost as many hit points as this character as I do in the one in your game, which
Yeah.
also went up against 6 attacks.
That's what I do to people?
Once the fight was concluded against the Starspawn, you met a void giant and bargained your way back to the void.
We gave her a super powerful staff and let her go on her way.
It's not
Yeah.
powerful yet.
But
It
could-
just
Yeah.
is primed for
It's
enchantment.
the price of doing business.
Her timeline moves faster than ours. It'll be fine.
It's not like she'll gain incredible power.
You returned to the temple where Creature Anastasia was, defeated him, and began to have the Voidsmith reforge the Sword of Sorrow, and you began your downtime in the void. We pick back up with you all hearing the lonely ting, 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 and you guys all kind of huddle. I'm imagining, I'm assuming, you tell me what you're actually doing, but I'm picturing you all kind of huddled in the hut. Maybe a small cackling fire, well, it could be cackling, this is the void.
Pieces of wood have mouths on them.
Yeah.
Liquid eyes coming out of the flames. There's not smoke.
Yep, sounds about right. That's all true now. We're good.
Yep.
Um,
There it is.
Yes,
So
and
yeah, the fire has teeth and eyes, unfortunately, because it's true. And
There's smoke pouring out of the mouths.
yeah, it's bad, but it still provides a sense of warmth and comfort in some way. And what do you wish to do? Ting, ting. That's the wrong music.
Oh boy.
There
Great.
we go.
Oh, thanks. I hate it.
You're in the void.
I mean, how's our voices tonight?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's fixed. But last
Should
episode
be fixed.
we literally sounded like we were in the void, which
Yeah.
is great, but we didn't
Not
want to.
intentional.
Right, it was not on
At all.
So if we sound really slow, or like really fast, or if there's a weird static, if there's any audio issues, just let us know. We will fix them or try to.
Right.
right. We just set the bot to ping the chat every 3 minutes. How do we sound?
Oh my god, that wouldn't get annoying at all.
Never.
It sounded like it was in a lot of scenes. It was not on purpose.
Yeah.
I'm glad everyone thinks we got it like that, but we don't.
Right?
I mean, we could.
Yeah, our audio tech, Rob's brother Bob, is our audio tech. We keep him in the attic.
No, he lives
Exactly.
in the walls. Get it right.
That's it. So Prism.
That's a prank.
Yeah, it's a prank. He lives in the wall.
Did the Voidsmith say how long it would take for him to complete his work?
Well, it's all relative now, isn't it?
How long relatively did he say it was going to take to
A couple
complete his
of
work?
We're going to wither and die here.
Speak for
We
yourself.
haven't already. I mean, well, I guess within time more slowly because it's the void. But I'm sure we'll have. I'm sure it'll take lots of time.
I believe this is the longest. If it will indeed take 2 weeks, I believe this is the longest that we have had with nothing to do.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna get bored real quick. So you better have something for us to do, or
I mean, there's always things to
Do
do.
you know who you're talking to?
I believe your name is.
I went to
Leoshi.
school to entertain people.
Oh God.
You're trapped in here with me.
Midgard Lane is like, the Void Wars were simpler.
Yeah. A preferable time.
The preferable time.
Yeah.
And the Voidsmith pipes up, he stops, he's like, 2 weeks for the blade, 2 weeks for the bracers.
We have a whole month.
Yes. And he begins to ting away. Ting.
well, we can share all the secrets, braid each other's hair. It'll be great.
It's a good thing I've got this feast knife.
I mean,
We'll have food.
I think at that point we'll have spent almost more time in the void than we have outside the void with each other.
Yeah, probably.
We've been together for about 2 months.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Month in the void.
Every time there was downtime in war, I just honed my skills. You sit still for long enough, sharpen a knife, do the same thing with your mind.
I mean, I have a plethora of books to read, and I'm sure learning to harness void magic will take some time in and of itself. So.
Sure.
Boring.
Midgard Lang speaks up, he's like, I'm really good at crocheting. I could teach one of you.
I knit.
Well then, that's a way to pass the time.
It's always nice to have some unassuming sharp objects.
They still don't let me take them on airships, though.
Never since the Gish.
I guess not. Well,
The strangest thing is, though, is once you pass the security checkpoint, you can buy the crocheting needles in the gift shop.
Yeah,
Why would they take them away
You'll have
from you
300 gold though.
before you?
Why would you pay them?
Indeed. Well, it's duty free.
Fiduciary responsibility, episode 3. Oh god.
Part 3.
Well, since we are trapped here for the next month, I had been thinking. I often find myself in close proximity to spellcasters, and I noticed that you are able to seemingly anticipate their moves and counteract them. However, I cannot. I was thinking if you each had time, I would like to study your respective forms of magic, see if I can perhaps interpose myself when they attempted to do so.
You want us to teach you counterspell?
Or perhaps just make me more effective at reacting when someone attempts to cast a spell at me. So I can punch them. Or stab
Charm
them.
person.
Roll wisdom.
Yes!
Roll wisdom saving throw.
Your lesson starts now!
As
Fireball!
19!
19!
Oh, you just made it. Damn.
He just looks at you. They just hope you.
Is that one success towards the...
I
Roll. Yes, well, that's one success.
Yes!
mean, oh god, this because you're trying to do magic slayer.
Why not?
Mage slayer.
Huh?
No.
I want to
Why
do
not?
warcaster.
I don't
He's
have
trying to
one
constantly
forever.
run away.
I don't have any
and I'm
spells.
not-
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
god, that could be
Oh, that's
terrible.
So we will begin downtime activity number 1, teaching Justice Mage Slayer. You have had one major success. Next,
We've gotten an extended rest and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay, good. Because I
Oh.
now have spells to
Huh.
help him with.
I should probably long rest then.
Perfect.
so that's one success, kick you off the bat. That's fine, I can remember at least for you. So then Selena, in order to help teach him, I would like you to. How would you like to try to teach Justice about predicting druid magic? Do you have an idea?
Give me a hot second. Let me take. I didn't know you wanted to do this. Otherwise, I would have the spells prepared beforehand.
Well, does Sevelius have an idea?
Yeah, I'll go through, kind of show him some of the verbal and somatic components to watch out for when somebody's casting or even trying to do it almost subtly. Even though I'm not as well as the subtle spell stuff, but if you know what to look for, you can kind of counteract it ahead of time. So I'll cast like 3 or 4 spells, one from each level. So I'll do like, I'll do a shield, and then I will do, let's see, give me a second. I will try to do a thunder step,
Okay.
Sweet.
but not like bring you along.
Yeah, it's a damage. Yeah, that's
Alright.
fine.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. This one's gonna go poor.
Good luck.
Gotta learn. Because thunder step's just verbal. So I would say like, jump! And then
When I say jump, jump.
12.
Does not make it. Go and roll 3d10. Assuming you didn't cast it at 5th level.
no. Not yet. Gotta start low and then work my way up.
That's right. That's right.
All the while as you guys teach and spar, you just hear in the background, ting, ting, shh.
That's damage.
That's cool.
18,
Amazing.
25 points of thunder damage.
I'm at 28 HP.
Then I just like blink away and then I'm next to you again.
Awesome.
Did you get, whoa.
I'm just
My
like
bad.
standing there rocked a little bit. We should try that again, perhaps. Or
Alright, you ready?
You heal 8 points.
is that what you want us to do, Matt?
I'm just letting you guys figure out. At
Are
this
you
point.
ready?
You seem to have an idea.
No? Okay, go.
Oh god. 3.
That one was at 4th level.
He cast it at 4th level. Okay.
It's gonna take a month, you know.
Oh my God.
Gotta learn to get better.
Well,
The
Perhaps,
only way
perhaps,
learning is by
perhaps the ones that require intelligence or dexterity.
why are you rolling
That's
this well?
the ones that require intelligence or dexterity. Well, I don't need animal friendship
26.
in the bowl.
Okay.
So there's
Well.
a second concussive wave that you are confounded by. Sevelius is actually very quick. And that is actually... Gilly, you could kind of see the charm coming and you at least braced your mind for it. You were taught some anti-interrogation effects in the war, and her magic was concussively powerful. It almost overwhelmed her mind. But you were taught some anti-interrogation effects in the war, and you know to relax, actually, at those moments, not to tense up. Whereas Sevelius is just a touch quicker, and the spell is so simple, it only requiring a single incantation, it's much harder to detect. And you're finding yourself confounded by the thunder magic.
Alright, so maybe we step back and try something a little bit more up your alley to dodge. So if you stand over there away from people, I'll throw fireball at you. If you can dodge a fireball.
Perhaps we
You
should
can dodge a spell.
Perhaps we should do this tomorrow. No, I actually am in agreement, but I need to rest between and repair.
A whole day?
Or like a little bit, like just enough
Take
time
a
for me
short
to heal up.
rest.
Yeah,
Just
short
take a-
rest.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go back
Oh,
to my
in
study.
that long rest, was there a dawn?
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Give
You
me
guys can just recharge everything.
give me an hour.
Unless it takes like, if I don't, none of you have anything beyond a dawn, I think anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Just give me an hour. 1.
I will be recasting Revivify into the ring.
Understood.
Perfect.
And that consumes the diamonds when
Yes.
cast into the ring.
Yes.
Okay.
So you take an hour rest and you kind of catch your breath as you're like, man, Sovelius' magic is really powerful.
Exactly.
Like you felt stronger technically, but you've never been hit with the brunt of his power, and you now kind of feel bad for your enemies.
Right.
Yep.
Is that what I'm doing to people?
Cool.
Try this one out. I haven't done this one before. Oh, even... No, this is a good one, too. Okay. I got this.
What about some defensive magics? Yes.
Well, I'm not teaching him magic.
Right, but
I'm teaching him how to avoid magic or
right,
recognize it.
but also he wants to like react when people are casting spells, right?
Okay.
So
I mean, if
greater
somebody lost
invisibility on myself.
What would that kind of a check be?
It's nothing. She's invisible in front of you. You've already You've already helped him succeed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So
I'm ready.
So I would cast the fireball at him.
I'm ready for your fireball. I'm gonna enter patient defense.
Yes, advantage on dexterity saving throws.
I'm gonna go into patient defense. I'm preparing myself.
Are you ready for this?
Indeed, I am.
You sure?
Do not cast
I'm
it.
not gonna hold back.
That is fine.
All right. 5th level fireball.
Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Fine.
Roll the dice. Roll the dice. You roll
That
some
is a 25.
Yeah, easily. Because you have evasion, so you don't take
Right.
anything.
So I
there's
just
no
like
point in
go
rolling.
There you go.
spiraling through the air.
So on the opposite sides of the Void Temple, Sovelius lets loose with his rapier, and a single bee flies over, and it lands, and it erupts directly beneath your feet, and you kind of use the force of the blast to ride upwards as you spin around, grasping your cloak, and you float above it, and you land, taking no damage. Go ahead and roll a intelligence. You're proficient. Go ahead and roll an intelligence saving throw. It's intelligence plus proficiency.
Sure.
It's simpler for your sheet.
I'm trained, so that's
Yes.
23.
Okay. That is 2 major successes.
Woo!
Okay.
So
So,
yeah.
I am actually. Let me ask a question before I do this.
Yeah.
Is it possible to conjure fae or elemental creatures in the void?
Yeah.
Will that explode backlash at me at all from the voidlings that we know are here but I can't see?
No. Not conjuring most creatures. No, I would say no. The things that are dangerous to try are things like divination.
Perfect. Okay. Give me one more second. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and conjure elementals at a 5th level.
Okay.
2 sea hags.
Oh no.
Isn't this what killed somebody?
Yes,
Kill
yes.
Mr. Mittens.
Good thing Mr. Mittens had 9 lives.
It conjure woodland beings, right?
Conjure woodland beings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just check. Just so
I've got
people.
both.
Just so
Sorry.
people at
Yeah.
home know what we're doing.
Conjure woodland
good.
beings. I'm going to do that at a 5th level, so I can do.
Yeah, you
4
got 2 sea
creatures
hags.
appear. Yeah, so I have 2 sea hags that have magic in and of themselves. So you not only saw, I made sure that you saw all the things that I put together for the sea hags.
Okay.
To conjure them, just like he showed you his somatic verbal components.
Right.
And then I'm going to give the sea hag specific instructions
Mhm.
of don't kill him, but use all your magic.
They look at you and they're like,
I know. We must obey. Kill him later.
Oh my god.
Not now.
and they both point at you and fire 2 beams.
Oh gosh.
What kind of beams?
About to find out.
Patient defense.
Okay. So disadvantage.
Yeah.
disintegrate.
They both do it.
20 to hit.
That hits.
You take 10 d. No.
Is this a projectile?
This is poison damage.
Okay, whichever resistance do.
So you have 9. You 9 have to 4 points of poison damage. And
Okay.
you are poisoned. Can you be poisoned? You can be poisoned. Yeah. Not diseased. You can be poisoned.
Right.
And you are poisoned. So you now have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Dang.
Yeah. Second one attacks you. Oh, that's gonna miss. That's a 12.
Okay.
With disadvantage.
Do I fight these creatures back, or do I?
You can't.
Okay.
I did it so
Yeah.
that you had something to use your movement against, so that as a monk you can figure out how magic moves
Okay.
in relation to how you move, since you pair magic with your movement.
Sure.
So
And
real
so-
life combat situation.
I will give them instructions on how to move and,
Alright.
to like change their, because it looks like they have an illusory appearance. They can change how they look, so they can look like.
Yep.
Make one look like, what was her name? Claire.
Oh no, that's
boy.
me.
One of them appears to look like Claire.
And then.
Brogan.
Gideon shock.
Oh, yep.
There it
One
is.
of the men, any of them that you would like, so
Alright,
that they look like
sure.
him, and he has to combat that.
Go ahead and roll to attack. Well, you have 2 sea hags you're attacking. They're on either side of you. You're doing a spar, basically.
Okay, I'm gonna teleport behind one to try to cancel out the disadvantage that
Okay.
I have. So this is just a straight attack then.
Yes. On the first attack, yeah.
That is a 8 plus 8, 16 to hit.
Hit.
Woo! I don't get sneak attack, do I?
No.
Okay. So that is 10, 14 points of damage.
All right, so you teleport behind it. And you kind of give a lower jab into the side of this kidney, the one who looks like Claire. And you kind of.
Oh, with the knife, yeah.
Yeah, that's your first attack.
And then the second attack is at disadvantage then.
Yep.
18 and 18 on the dice.
18 on this. You're good.
So, second attack is 6, 7, 11 points of damage.
Okay, with the second strike, into her kidney again.
And then I guess, I'm gonna. Oh, I don't have a bonus point left over. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to. Yeah, I'll stay where I'm at.
Alrighty, they are going to turn around and invoke a spell. Since they have coven, well, I give them the spellcasting feature. They're going to actually. This one's just going to swing around and claw at you. From her illusionary stance. So you actually don't quite see her move at first, and then a claw comes swinging out. It's just a straight roll. 11.
Miss.
Swings over your head, while the other one is going to cast a little spell at you.
I know what I should have done.
25 to hit. 23, 24.
The hits.
Can't fucking do math. Okay. 8 have to 4 points of poison damage, and you are poisoned as a ray of sickness hits you again.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Actually, sorry, make me a Constitution saving throw. I believe it requires a con save.
17.
Okay, you're actually not poisoned.
Cool.
So yeah,
Am I
you
still
now have
poisoned
this-
from before?
You're not.
Oh.
So the one target in front of you is kind of blocking the other, and the other one's taking pot shots at you.
Alrighty. If it is my turn then, let me check one thing. This is so much fun.
Good, I'm glad. That's the whole point.
And then just because I can't help myself, while I'm concentrating on these hags, I'll send little eldritch blasts at his feet.
Okay.
They can't necessarily.
You're not really attacking, you're
I'm
attacking
not-
the space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm attacking the space around him, so I would be rolling to miss.
Okay. Go and roll the
Go.
attack.
There's 2 of them. 19 and 13.
One would have hit. 19 would have hit.
But I'm not aiming at you.
Right,
I'm technically aiming at the ground. So
Yeah,
then
just
it's,
Playing hot feet.
So like, all right. I guess then I'm just gonna waylay on the one that I've already hurt.
Okay, go ahead.
No advantage or disadvantage. So first attack is gonna miss. It's a 6 on the dice plus.
It hits. Plus 8.
Yeah.
14 hits.
Oh well. Stunning strike.
Okay.
Should have done that.
That makes it 16 plus stuff.
Okay. Blah.
Well, plus, I'm not sure about it. Yeah, plus 9, yeah.
So that's
6.
10 points of damage.
Yeah.
Second attack. 17 on the dice, so that will hit.
Alright.
Stunning strike.
Okay. 15.
That just makes it. 12 plus 4 is 16 points of damage.
Okay.
Still up?
Unconscious. So that one goes unconscious and falls. Her illusion uncovered. The other one... is that your turn?
Yeah. I have my bonus action. I'm going to patient defense at it.
All right. That one is going to cast a spell at you. I need you to make a wisdom save. Actually, let's do it this way. I want you to make a charisma saving throw.
Okie dokie. I'm just marking off my key points here really quick. 3. Charisma saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
19. That's a 17
Perfect.
on the
That's
dice.
exactly what you needed.
Oh my
So
God.
they begin to cast some kind of strange illusory hag magic, and they go, and you just channel it. You wait, and you can feel this kind of weird presence go around you, and then it counters and spins back around, and that hag pops out of existence. You have successfully learned Mage Slayer with 3 major successes.
Justice wouldn't celebrate. Justice would say, "This has been very illuminating. I must meditate on what I have seen. But I believe that this has provided me some major insights. Thank you."
Let me know when you're ready to try another thunder step.
Indeed. So I'm gonna go meditate for a little bit on what I've learned.
Okay. So with a ting, ting, ting in the background and the sound, the continuous sounds of the Void Forge, you occasionally hear this kind of... At the end of that day, and you guys are all, this is all in the background, you're doing smaller exercises, tinier things, and we're taking this kind of scene by scene.
Mm-hmm.
It is assumed that you are proactively working to whatever goal you've established, basically since day one of these next 30 days. So then, to that end, this is kind of interesting. Okay, yeah, let's do it that way. So who would like to start their next activity?
I'd like to try to learn Lucky.
Learn Lucky? Okay, how would you like to learn that feat?
Well, time is fucky in the void, and maybe time can... maybe, I can learn how to grasp twisting that a bit.
Understood. So how...
Changing fates and such.
Understood, absolutely. It's not impossible. So let's start here. Roll me an Arcana.
It's not gonna go well. No, it's not. It's not gonna go well. It's 10.
10? Okay. That's one failure. However, so you sit there and you're kind of pondering and thinking and you're wondering, and the only epiphany you get is like, inside this temple, the void it's here. You're definitely in the void, but it's still kind of sanitized. You're going to have to expose yourself to more of the void if you want to try your hand at this.
Do you share that with any of the rest of us?
Yeah, I need help with this.
In what way can we assist you?
Well, Sibelius is pretty smart when it comes to magics, and you're pretty good at making sure people don't lose their minds.
I mean, if you're trying to harness void power, at least twist it, I might be able to try to reveal some of that energy so you can see it using the void diamond and my Arcana.
How...
I mean, that might help you visualize and hopefully
Right.
get a grasp and understand how the void moves.
Right.
Can I, between Magic Circle and Control Water, can we control one of the pools of water in the temple
Yeah.
that would expose you to an alternate reality
Oh, God.
that would that is already twisted by the void? So maybe if you are a part of that.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
creative.
alternate reality kind
So
of.
essentially using the
picking
control
blood from
water...
a different.
So using
Yes, using control water to basically, since it's a vision pool, expose her mind to those realities in a contained manner. You can certainly try. It's pretty wicked.
Ooh.
I also wanted the lucky feet, so I was trying to figure it out. Would you like to do that?
Just promise me you'll fix my brain if it goes wrong.
I don't currently have greater restoration on me. So we
In
can,
the
if
void?
it's been another day.
Yeah, you will be able to restore her mind. Remember, this is over a period of time.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about the day-to-day maintenance
Yeah.
until I tell you to.
Okay, fair enough. Then yes.
Okay. Let's try that.
So I will do. Here's what I will say. Selena, go ahead and make me a Wisdom saving throw. This is basically Wisdom plus proficiency for you. It's not actually a saving throw.
Okay. And then I would also be making sure that I exposed us to the compass once a day,
Okay.
so that we would have, in case the void got in.
Understood.
That is a natural 19 plus, you said, proficiency
Yep.
in wisdom.
Yep.
So another 8, so 27.
That'll do it. So with that, Gilly, go ahead and roll Gun Arcana. I'm gonna say, since you're being exposed to new realities, I'm gonna actually. So here's how we'll do it. I will give you a Charisma saving throw to this one
Ooh.
to make sure you're not sucked in.
Okay. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Really not great. But it's charisma, so it's still a 17.
That is just enough. Actually,
Oh,
It
God.
just meets it.
I rolled two
So,
sixes in a row.
As the
This is
control
really- we're
water
doing great.
in the contaminants of the magic circle starts to spin around, you can see all these strange creatures, all these leviathans, start to swim around Gilly from distant universes that the vision pool connects to, and they start to grab her, pull in teeth and hands with eyes. Serpents and creatures are starting to lash out at her, but they are just figments in this vision. But even in the void, figments have power. You can see her start to get pulled in every which way in this watery sphere, and she just kind of shakes it off, and the water falls. The magic circle breaks. That is a second major success.
Nice.
For the third one, that's a good way to get exposed. There is a roof to this temple. You guys have void breathing.
Mm-hmm.
And that is another way to grant exposure to the void, to attempt your third skill check.
I would let you borrow the winged boots.
And I can-
Clunky too, but yeah.
I can fly up there with you
Yeah.
to pull you back in if something happens.
Okay. And then was Sevelius gonna help me with this diamond or something? Never mind. Go ahead.
So for who's going up to the roof?
I will go with Gilly.
I'm waiting underneath him with Featherfall. Do I have Featherfall?
So everyone.
One of us has
Featherfall
Featherfall.
cast on all of us.
Just so y'all know what it looks like. Neat.
That's a
You
lot of
step up
eyes.
to the void temple, and you see that you are in the vast distance of space.
This map, oh my god.
You see the fallen ruins of what used to be probably massive tentacle statues. You see a dilapidated entrance from this is the roof access basically.
Wow.
And you see these ominous void statues. In the very, very far distance, very, very far, you see the teeth Leviathan, the construct of the endless maw. And closer, but still very, very far away, you see the endless eyes. The Eye Leviathan swimming through space. Those
Oh, boy.
they are not that close on the map.
They're
very-
huge and
yes,
far away.
exactly. They're huge
Oh,
and far
God.
away.
The size of moons.
Wow.
Yeah, the Eye Leviathan is the
That's
size
no
of a moon, and the teeth is the size of a smaller moon. Actually, the Eye Leviathan is the size of a planetoid, and the teeth is the size of a moon. So
Oh my God.
Okay then.
neat. So
Well.
you do stand here, and the radiation you can start to feel it press in on your skin, and if you want to use the void to get lucky, there's only one thing left to do.
We're up all night to get some.
That's right.
To drop your the void breathing protection and expose yourself to the void. Lucky's a powerful feat. You're talking about bending reality.
Yep. Okay. Okay. I'll put a very high armor of Agathis on myself.
Okay, sorry. Chuckling because I'm nervous. Yes. Not a mocking chuckle.
Okay. And make sure that I'll make sure that somebody else, not me, is attuned to the ring, so that they can revive me if necessary.
I took off the boots for you to have them.
Okay.
Perfect.
I'll take the ring.
And I'll be prepared to recast it
Okay.
if I see problems.
Okay. Okay.
You-
All right. Okay.
So as you all step on here, all with the exception of Justice, because you can hear the whispers of the void, a voice calling into you, welcoming you, asking you to join them. Join us. Your flesh, teeth. All these strange words. When the void breathing drops, you are lifted.
Oh no!
Make me a Constitution saving throw.
I'm afraid of all of my dice.
And whenever she is lifted, you can hear teeth.
I rolled 3 6s in a row. What is this?
That's very lucky.
No, that's
That is.
15.
Huh?
15
15. Your con save is +8.
plus
No, plus.
it's plus 7. Sorry,
Oh,
13.
thank you.
I'm doing terrible math.
That's okay. So that is one failure, but you are lifted into the void and begin to slip away, and you kind of fall. You have the magic boots on, so you kick them into gear. Oh, but there's some kind of weird pull, and you fly further. I need you to
Cloaky, help me.
and Cloaky just starts flying up after you.
Oh, okay.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Natural 20.
Oh, thank the gods.
These DCs are not
27.
low, by the way.
27.
Oh, God.
Void.
Yeah, that is your third major success, and you steady. You flip around. For a moment, in the cold vacuum of space, you feel strangely at home. Because it's very, very cold.
Right.
But the cold is starting to become a welcomed element in your life. Because you are, after all, a burgeoning archfey of the Winter Court. And you float back down. And you would like that back on you now.
Yeah, thank you.
So then it's just like, and there's a little seal over your body.
She's turning more blue.
Okay, get me inside, get me
Is that
inside, get me
normal?
inside.
And you guys start to move on inside, and in the distance you can see a large ship enter the horizon, the endless horizon.
Oh no.
It seems to be made of all manner of a kind of green translucent. It appears to be translucent at first, but when you look deeper, there's a layer of black metal beneath that green translucent shell. It has all sorts of tentacles drifting away from it.
Pass without
Inside,
trace.
it's ravers.
Pass without trace.
And you guys usher back in, and that ship is huge. And it's just floating towards you. You're the temple. And you can see on the front of it, the face of the ship is, I mean, let's not be coy, it's a mind flare. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's a
God.
ship
Yep.
styled
Oh,
in a
boy.
massive mind flare.
Oh boy.
There's something weird about this mind flare. And you can only make, well, roll me perception checks. Let's see what you actually make out. Do it this way.
Yeah, right.
Oh, you dice.
Oh wait, if we're exposed to the thing, we're getting perception checks with advantage, right?
Yes, for these, as long as it's not involving your glow up.
Oh, thank goodness.
And it's
21.
only those of us on the roof, right?
Yeah, you're all there, I
I
think.
think we all
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we all went up. Total 21.
What do I even have?
18.
18.
18.
What, like 9?
So 18 is about enough. You see some kind of strange symbol, kind of like his ghoul rod, but it's more intricate and spread out. And it kind of seems to split the face and patchwork, make a kind of patchwork of this mind flare. It's not an actual, it's, a carve of a mind flare. It's not like a massive mind flare.
Right.
It's
There's
how
no-
the ship is crafted.
Oh my god, is there a void forge?
Void Forge?
Like a life forge, a hell forge, a void forge.
Oh,
a
Guess
void
you'll find
forge.
out.
That's our
Oh
next
my
destination in the
God.
void.
So you just see that massive spaceship is just floating over and towards the temple as you guys rush inside. Midgar Lang waits in the temple. He's like, how'd it go?
I feel quite lucky. And unlucky at the same time.
She survived. I believe that is a good sign.
Oh, that's an extraordinary accomplishment. You survived in the void.
Yep.
We saw a large ship seemed to be made of some kind of green crystal, and it had the face of an illithid on the front of it.
Oh no! Are you pulling my leg?
Nope.
No,
You're
I'm standing.
shielding.
I'm standing at least 5 feet away from you. I'm not pulling your leg.
Smithy! And he goes, what? The Thune are passing by. Quit what you're doing. He's like, we better get in that little hut of yours, dim the lights. Stay very, very quiet.
I did pass cast without trace. Yeah. Into
We
the
have
hut.
about 10 minutes until it gets here, so I can cast that hut.
Yep.
As we're all like huddled into the hut.
You're based on the trajectory. You're hoping, yeah.
I did put a 4th level armor of Agathis on myself, so
That'll help
That's
against the
there.
space cannon.
yeah, it's there.
What are the
Yeah.
Thune?
I'll explain when the hut's up, and then once the hut is up, you guys are all huddled around, you see the smith kind of cast a hand over to the forge, and there's all those rocks that were there. They come back, and they land on the forge again. And everyone sits in the lonely corner.
And we can make the hut whatever color we want, right?
Yeah.
So we can make it look like the floor?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's as disguised as it can be. Yeah.
But you're exactly right. That's mostly what people do with the hut. They make it camouflage. So you all wait there in silence as the Thune ship passes by. You guys can kind of feel this when there's a rattling, and there's a beam. You can see through now the temple's wall. There's something that's making it see through, and it's scanning inside the room. And you start to hear the Voidsmith mutter under his breath. You see his eyes glow. You see from the massive mothership a couple small objects. They kind of float over after 10 minutes, and the Voidsmith is chanting all the while. And there's these kind of large, 10-foot tall forms that land on the wall. And they... You can see through their masks, these kind of tentacles. They vibrate. The Voidsmith all the while. There's a... After 10 more minutes, they lift off.
Oh, thank God.
And they return to the mothership.
10 minutes of that?
They were very thorough.
Good Lord.
And the ship begins to pierce away. And the whole while, Midgarling is just looking at you.
Me specifically?
Yeah, because you asked him a question. He's just,
I'm just quietly staring back at him.
He looks over. The Thune are mind flares that escaped your little plane at some point after the Divine Revolution, you know, when Marissa cast everything out into the wider multiverse and said, "See ya, nerds." These were the mind flares that a void wasn't enough for them. The chaos of the endless space wasn't enough, so they traveled to its farthest reaches, where reality untethers even further from the insanity of pure chaos. They found something they liked, called Thune. They began worshipping it like a god. And now it's their sole mission to convert everything in the void to their religion. And as I'm sure you know about mind flares, they don't do it politely.
I can honestly say that I've never met a mind flayer that I liked.
Well, we've only met the one that I'm aware
Yeah, it
of.
was just the one.
They are wretched creatures, to be sure. We got lucky. The Voidsmith stops. They have work to do. And he gets back up and he flings his hands and the stones fly away.
Move out, Jen.
And he looks back at the two of you. Such is the power of the void. He begins singing. Ting, ting, ting. So yeah, that's the Thune. A lot of different factions out here in the Void. You got your cultists, and the Void Smith stopped. He's like, I'm not a cultist, I'm a priest. And he returns smithing. And the same difference. You got your merchants of the Lane Consortium. You got your Thune.
Also cultists? Just different cultists, it seems?
What do you mean?
I mean, you talked about them like they were a cult.
Oh, Thune?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the Lane Consortium.
No.
No, yeah. Yeah, Thune they're a cult. They worship Thune.
So basically there's cults and there's merchants. And that's where we are.
Well, there's also the what we call the Archons of the Void. The beings that are so powerful they stand by themselves.
They're
Right.
like the
Like
creature.
the giant
And
pile
the
of
maw.
eyeballs.
No, those are just creatures that have existed for... They don't have really... Well, I honestly don't... I'm not a scholar or anything, but the Archons are a few different figures, like the Whispering Father, and creatures like that. They are probably the most prominent.
Are these malevolent creatures?
Yeah, the Whispering Father is, oh, that's a bad dude. He, basically whenever you hear the voice calling to you, asking you to join the Void, that's the Whispering Father. These Archons tend to get worshipped by Void cultists. But it doesn't... Worship in the Void doesn't work the same way. Void cultists give their lives to the Archons of the Void, and, well, they're granted a fragment of power, but they mostly just die horrible deaths. And the Void continues to consume.
Pleasant. Have you ever seen one of these?
Archons?
Indeed.
No one survives contact with an Archon.
Do they rival the gods themselves?
I would say yes. They are the gods of the Void. They are powerful. The Whispering Father, this is a temple to him, and he kind of points around to the genderless cloaked figures. Is, if you ask me, the whole father thing is kind of is kind of the remnants of the the world beyond the resting light. A lot of obsession with maleness over there. But the name persists.
Well, let us hope that we never have to meet them, or perhaps we can stop a Voragesh before we have to encounter an Archon.
I don't think you've done anything to antagonize them, but then again, their motives are entirely unknown to most of us. But the Thune are, they oppose the Archons. The Archons oppose them. The Consortium opposes both of them, but we also try to do a little business, But, yeah. So, that is the Void.
Random question. What said category is Lang?
Lang?
Yeah.
Roll. Roll.
17 on the... That's like the fourth 17 on the dice. I don't roll 20s.
You're rolling 17s over there, and I'm rolling 6s all night.
A 17 on the dice.
He is a humanoid.
He's not humanoid?
He is a humanoid.
I said what size category?
Oh, I thought you said what type.
I thought he was like just really amorphous and it
He's
was hard to
medium.
tell. Okay,
He's chunk.
good.
Yeah, he's medium chunk.
He fills up that whole 5-foot space.
That's right. That's
He
right.
does. Oh, he does. He's thick.
But I could make myself look like him if I wanted to.
By definition, you can. Yeah, you can make
Excellent.
yourself look like a folk of Lang. Yeah.
Excellent. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Talk to him for a long
He sees you studying, and he's like, "What?"
I'll make myself look like him and I'll say, you never know when it'll come in handy.
That is terrifying.
You get used to it. No, back into myself.
Do you have any more questions of me about, the void or Lang or anything? It's going to be a while before we see each other again.
Plus or minus 200 years.
So you guys just travel around? Do you have like a home base of operations?
Well,
or
we have a
anything like
whole
that?
planet.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And how might we get there?
Oh.
Is it acceptable?
Your membership in the Lang Consortium does allow you a brief and temporary visit to the planet of Lang. On the far side of the supermassive black hole.
In a sector known as
The
Lang
Galaxy of
sector.
Terra. It's all the same in the Galaxy of Terra.
Oh boy.
Exactly.
Oh boy.
So, but yeah, whenever I return you to the material plane, I will gift you your card.
Excellent.
Yeah. That is the planet of Lang. That is where I am from.
Is everyone known as Lang there?
No, well, I'm Midgar Lang. That's my first name. Lang is everyone's last name, yeah. Why?
Don't you dare ask if they're all related.
No, I'm just trying to understand the naming convention.
Well, I will teach you a little bit about our religion, but I won't tell you everything.
God, no.
We are...
So even the merchants are cultists. I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
We all worship the great
Alexis
Lang.
is not kidding. Gilly, it's not me.
So, Lang is the name that we all adopted when we shed our mortal skins after a kind of exodus. They say the first Langs were humanoids banished by the Divine Revolution for their corruption and greed and service to the Sorcerer Kings. Many of us were middle managers to Modru and his ilk. And we were banished. And in the void, we were offered great wisdom. We cultivated a planet and a life. That force, that thing that held us all together, when we lost everything, became known as Lang. We're all Langed. It's kind of nice.
You do not have some kind of shared consciousness, do you? Are you each individuals?
Oh, we're definitely individuals. Shared consciousness is a strong word. The simplest answer is no. We have a shared identity.
Do they all resemble you?
We all look a lot alike. It's hard to look individual when you're a pink amorphous blob. I mean, we're all thinking it.
Oh, this is all they're Trugles. This is what they're...
Oh,
They're not, they can't shapeshift, unfortunately.
Drugo's a little bit more brown, too.
Wait, let me
More
check.
potato.
More potato, less
Yeah, they can't shape.
fleshy blood.
So, yeah. That's the story of Lang.
I also know what it is like to come from a people that all share a common heritage and look similar. Apparently, Lang was not clever. I wouldn't say clever. Did not have a sense of humor and mark you with something that identifies you.
Oh, yeah. Well, we, tend to look a little different. But yeah, there's no, I mean, I have tattoos, but those are by choice. Those are for my own path in the Lang.
So I love it. My path in the Lang. Does he have tattoos? I've never noticed.
He's dressed in like a very heavy robe, and he wears a massive pack. You can't see anything in his hands. And he kind of rolls up his arms, and you can see these kind of strange void tattoos all throughout him.
Arms.
Rolls up his sleeves.
He is a
I only
Lang.
said it because we were in the void and
He
that's
rolls up
like...
his legs.
Yeah, rolls up his sleeves, and he shows. And you can see that the tattoos are kind of writhing under his skin. He's got a very flabby, just like almost a solid pillar for an arm.
What does that one mean?
Oh, that's the meaning of adolescence. Puts his sleeve down.
Just as more confused by the answer. It's all
It
good.
means he got drunk and got a tattoo.
Yeah, he rolls down here. He's like, this is the essence of strife.
I understand strife.
Oh, that is the thing.
Thank you for sharing.
Anytime. And the voidsmith stops. He's like, "You left out all the good bits, Lang. Why aren't you sharing all the good bits?" And he resumes hammering.
What are the good bits?
I think I told you all. Did I not mention the essence of strife on my arm? That's pretty good. He rolls up.
What are the good bits?
Insight check?
Roll insight.
Misdirect.
That's right.
And you have advantage.
You do for this, yep. Mhm.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Because it's not trying to.
Ah!
Nat 20.
Let me know
So
your
that
total.
will be... What's my insight? I never making checks. A 21.
Nope. You rolled an 11.
He rolled
I
an
beat
11.
you.
And his
Yeah.
bonus, yep,
His bonus deception is plus 14.
it's the same as mine.
Pretty hot.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a good one.
So he just smiles. He's like, yeah. I mean, I don't really. They got their agenda. You know, let's not sour a nice meeting.
I wouldn't want to have to kill you.
If only we knew a consort of Modru.
Yeah. So yeah. So Lang just kind of sits there.
Anyone want to be a target?
I volunteer.
I can... Your enthusiasm is nice, but I can make targets for you.
You can make targets?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Well, stick them next to me. Let's see if I'm fast enough to hit them all.
All right. So I
Are
will,
you trying for Warcaster?
If that's okay.
Absolutely.
So I will use I will look around, see if there's little rocks or anything around. I'll gather up about 10 of them.
Yeah.
And animate objects.
So
Nice.
in the void, you
Very
can
nice.
see there's these little from the rocks, and these kind of tiny little insectoid legs
So.
with teeth open up, and these little tiny little rocks all hiss at you.
Of course they do. Then.
And they start to surround. They start to go after you. What are you
Oh
doing?
no.
So I'm going to use Eldritch Blast, 2 per each one, and then if any of them get too close, I'll use Primal Savagery as my 2
Alrighty.
cantrips to keep them at bay.
Okay, so go ahead and roll for Eldritch Blast. What are their armor classes?
They're tiny, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I do 10
Nice.
tiny things. Yeah, so their AC is 18.
One of them sprouts little wings, insectoid rings that fly straight at your face.
That's a 20 and a 27.
Go ahead and roll your 2d10. Well, 1d10 or however you want to do it.
They have HP totals.
10 and 8.
Yeah, so they have 20 HP total. So,
Between all of them or just
no,
each?
each.
Yeah, they're really little. So you
So-
This is so good.
against one, and it's still flying at you. And you go to attack with Primal Savagery, or
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
That is not going to make it. That's a 14.
So you swipe at them, and they start to kind of peck away at you. Go ahead and make a. For this, we'll start with Arcana. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
20, natural 20, plus 6, 26.
You have a major success.
Nice.
So with that, you're able to kind of understand the magical essence, and now you know that the next step is to try to maintain concentration on something while these things bite at your legs.
Okay. And then I will. Oh, crap. Sorry, this is what I get for balancing my. Trying not to take too many concentration spells all at once.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and do Guardian of Nature.
Okay, the tree form?
The Great Tree. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do Great Tree.
Yeah.
That'll give me 10 hit, Constitution saving throws at advantage.
Yeah.
And Dexterity and
Yep.
Wisdom-based attack rolls with advantage.
Yep, that applies. And I will allow this to do the advantage because it's part of a very specific spell, and it's not an ability check.
15 feet around me is difficult terrain, so they cannot escape.
Yep, so they start to so go ahead and make a couple attacks against her.
Alright.
So you are just, as this massive tree now, well, you're still medium, but you're a little bigger.
20 to hit?
Yeah, that'll still hit.
Yep.
Yes. So my skin will appear just a little bit darker and barky, I imagine like a birch tree where I get those little stripes.
6 damage.
So go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw with advantage once you take your 6 damage.
Well, what damage did I take the last time? I
Nothing.
wasn't paying
Nothing.
attention. Okay, yeah.
Nothing. They hadn't got to you yet.
And then leaves sprout from my hair.
Nice.
So thank God I did that with advantage because that one's a natural one. So the 16 plus Constitution is it plus 0? So it's 16.
Alrighty. So as they begin to 16. You're good. That makes it. So you're able to maintain concentration. So the next part is you're going to have them fan out, and she's going to make a reaction attack and try to successfully land a reaction spell. I'm going to try to do it.
Okay. Because I have to do this with something that will only target one. It's not an area of effect. So I think at the moment I'm with
Any of your cantrips will probably do it.
yeah.
Blast or
I'll
primal
go back-
savagery.
I'll go back to yeah, let's do primal savagery because that one will give me advantage because that's wisdom. So it's a 14 plus 9, so 23 to hit.
Nice. Roll damage.
2d10. And that's a 4.
Okay. So with that last slight, that is your 3rd success. You only need 3 out of 5 successes.
Oh, yay.
You have Warcaster.
Yay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for creating targets that aren't actual people.
What
I can
were
still
they?
hit you through things if you'd like me to.
Yeah. So the DCs are lowered because you guys are actually being very creative with how
What
you
did you
train
find?
with each other. It's really nice.
So you used to animate objects on the rocks, and then
Nice.
they all spouted like voidlings.
An insect, and they have teeth.
That makes me so happy.
Terrible. Their first time using that spell, right?
Yeah,
It
that's
was
so
pretty
cool.
great.
Okay. Last but certainly not least.
All right. So I want to do something a little different.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go after a feat or anything. What I'd like to do is I am looking for information. So I pull out my father's journal,
Okay.
and I will take more time to study it, and I will try to. So thinking back on kind of the same thing you went for with the multiple realities of myself. If I can't decipher it myself, maybe I could call on 1,000 other Sibeliuses that may have already deciphered it.
So you're going to try to expose yourself to the void in order to do it?
Possibly, or expose myself into the vision pool.
What are you trying to learn?
I just want to decipher it and understand what it says. And
No, like what ability, what proficiency, what downtime activity are you doing?
nothing really, I
Oh.
guess. Like just getting information.
Oh, that's you don't want to like try for an ASI or a
I mean,
feat?
I could try. I guess you can tie it to an ASI then?
Oh, okay, so you
Yeah.
want this to be your downtime activity.
Yeah.
Like you want the major breakthrough.
Yeah.
Alright, so go ahead and roll me an intelligence, your history. Intelligence plus proficiency. I'll be right back, folks, just in case that wasn't painfully obvious.
So are we doing the same thing that we did for her, where you want me to control water and contain the...
I mean, we can.
Okay. So I just didn't catch that because I was busy trying to figure out how in D&D Beyond I was going to add this extra feat.
We're gonna
We
have to have
like
Matt do
homebrew
it, I
and
think.
stuff.
Yeah,
it gets
I
weird.
know.
Yeah, we can waterboard Sibelius with.
Mhm.
Oh
So,
gosh.
I mean, you would have to main concentration on Magic Circle or put it in the ring. I don't know what level Magic Circle is. It's like a first level spell, isn't it? 'Cause
Maybe we can just dunk his head in it.
Maybe. I think it's. No, it's third.
it's a third level spell? Yeah, then it can't go in the ring.
Seymour just
So
says,
I was getting clarification on if he was doing Magic Circle and I was controlling water the same way we did for Gilly,
Understood.
or if he was just gonna go stick his head in a pool and hope for the best.
I think he was doing the latter. It sounded
Yeah.
like to me.
Did you tell anyone you were doing this, or you just...
You guys got your own thing.
We could just turn the music down just a hair, and that should probably take care of that.
perfect.
It can be the higher horror music can be a little hard to
Yeah.
hear. Thank you,
Right.
Miwa, for letting us know.
26.
Yeah,
18
that'll
on
get,
the
you,
dice.
that'll get you your first success. And in fact, yeah, by peering through into the vision pool, you are going to need, you are going to be able to access one of your 1,000 consciousness, and hopefully, on some distant timeline, you decipher this journal, and it can tell you what they said. So you've done intelligence? Go ahead and make. So you plunge your head into the. You're just like sitting there. You're like, that's the secret. You toss down your book and you go into the vision pool. All manner of horrors greet you as your head plunges deep into the pool.
Oh boy.
It's the void piranhas you design.
Yeah, pretty much. All sorts of awful, terrible things greet you. And, yeah. You become kind of weightless as you plunge your head into the water. And in fact, these kind of void-like piranhas greet you. I'm going to snip at your face. 19 to hit.
I'm probably not in blade song, so that will hit.
Okay. You take 7.
Actually, shield.
Okay. With a shield, and it kind of very slowly. It's strange because it very quickly approaches your face, and then slows down an instant as you bring about the shield. And in this watery substance, it kind of just forms very slowly, and the fish kind of bounces off it, boom, and floats away, thinking it's hit some kind of mirror, one of the many thousands of realities this fish is trying to swim in and hunt in. You're just kind of falling now at this point. You don't know if your actual body is falling in or if just your consciousness or one of your 1,000 memories is interfering. You land somewhere in a distant realm. There is in total darkness. It's not even the void, it's just complete pitch black darkness with a strange illumination around your form. You can see yourself. You can see nothing else. And then in a distance, in a chair, sits a very old man. In dark robes fallen over his face. You can't really make out any form. He sits very tired and old with a white beard just falling off his face. You come to my realm.
I do.
I did not invite you.
Visiting. Almost a tourist, you could say.
I did not abide tourists when I was alive, and I certainly will not in my death. Who are you?
I am Civilis Amastasia.
You hear all sorts of whispers all throughout. Wow,
I'm sure you're familiar with me.
I am not.
It's surprising. I'm sure you're familiar with
Oh my god.
the Amastasias. I mean, the void did consume them, so they are within your realm with the rest of the elves.
You, you see a single green eye blink out from behind. The chattering of your teeth betrays your secrets. The void pulls your darkest dreams from your mouth. And I hear everything. When you speak your name so easily, I see your histories.
I mean, history is what we have.
And you can see
If we
now.
don't share it and say it, then it just becomes lost to time. We repeat our past mistakes.
You see as you speak, you can literally see your words fly out of your mouth. And on them you can see small images of memories fly out into the void.
Oh.
So like when you say Amastaji, you like see your life growing up fly away out of your mouth.
Wow.
You see the moment in Karen's pass. You see all these effects fly out. You give so freely to the void. I do not know your name, Sevilius.
You literally just said my name.
Jesus.
But my servants do. There's a skittering behind you.
Just stay very still.
You see him, he puts up a single hand to kind of brush his mouth. I believe you and I have a destiny. Kind of wheels a little forward.
You are attempting to crack a cipher.
If you don't mind, what's your name?
I do know I no longer have a name. I am an idea.
What idea is that?
I am a concept. I am a thing to be feared and worshipped.
What's the whisper
I have ascended such a name, just as you could.
He kind of wheels forward. He's not wheeling like in a wheelchair. His chair is scraping forward.
Things I didn't know I didn't want in my life.
It's only gonna get weirder from here, folks.
You have been offered a deal. You refused.
I mean, the deal was untenable.
What about it was untenable to you?
I mean, the destruction of everyone on the material plane.
Tell me, why would one care, such as you? What is the material plane or the arresting might ever done for you?
I mean, it's protected me. It's protected my entire race from being fully consumed by the void.
You see a horrible sneer slip across his face.
I don't recall it protecting your entire race from the plague. I don't.
And his hand is kind of searching for something. It's jittering. He's reaching into the darkness.
I don't remember it protecting your father from a horrible disease. It's not very good at protecting you.
I mean, there are still dangers no matter where you go. But it's better than total annihilation.
Is that what you've seen here in the void? Total annihilation.
I've seen broken ruins, structures, things that don't make sense.
In your world, are there ruins? Are there broken structures?
There are, but there are people rebuilding them, people making things better. I see none of that here. I see madness and darkness.
What do you could build? We do not have a builder in the Arcanite Pantheon, but you could build. We have always needed such a creature.
He kind of wheels forward a little more.
I stand my ground.
Would that be tenable to you to become Sovelius, the builder, the shaper of worlds in the void?
I can't stay here. There's so much more I need to do
Yes.
outside of the void.
You must accept the blade of the Vizier in the name of the void and bring down the arresting light.
I can't do that.
But I have offered you fair terms.
What fair terms?
Let the void consume your world, and I would make you a god.
I mean, well, that sounds intriguing. The destruction and death of so many people is not acceptable. I can't let that happen again.
You are afflicted with mortality. You are afflicted. You are cursed with a conscience. I have
You're
a cure.
cursed without one.
I have a cure for that.
He stretches out a hand.
Oh.
Mirror image.
I need you to roll initiative.
Oh no!
Fighting a god!
We didn't have to do this. We just fight some hags. What's wrong with you, Matt?
Oh no.
He got a 15, 17 minus 2.
Oh no.
He begins to invoke a spell. You've seen this spell once before.
What does it feel similar to? That I've seen?
You've only been afflicted by it once.
Oh no! Counter spell at 5th level.
The higher level won't do you any good. So just
Okay.
do it at 3rd. Go ahead and roll and add your intelligence modifier.
Roll that beautiful
buddy.
game footage.
Nope. Nope.
Alrighty.
That's a 7.
Second,
Oh.
I need you to make an intelligence saving throw against Feeble Mind.
Yep.
Oh no!
14.
Oh
Not
no.
as such.
Nope.
You take 20 points of psychic damage.
Alright.
Oh no.
However, as the spell enters, you start to fall back. There's a figure in front of you. Kind of black and red robed figure flies in front of you. And as they do, they kind of move their hands around. You can see the psychic energy. You can take away the damage. Kind of float up and into a massive ball. And then he puts his hands down, and there's a into the void. And they step forward, and they flick a hand towards you, and you are popped out. And they approach the Whispering Father. You have successfully cracked the cipher, and your intelligence score is improved by 2.
Wow.
Pretty hot.
The rest of you, what you see, is Sevilius's head in the water for a very long time.
When the bubbles stop coming up, I'll say, should we pull him out?
Did we know? I don't think we knew he was doing this.
You just see him dunk his head in water, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all in the same room, so we probably heard it.
Ah!
Maybe we give it another minute.
Well, that was unpleasant, but I got what I needed. Oh. Can I help you?
Thought I was gonna need another revivify.
Oh, just a little water. Nothing to be worried about.
Right, I just did that not long ago. Basically, something similar to that, and that's not just water. You okay?
I'm fine.
Ask him something that only Sevilius would know. What is your favorite alcoholic beverage?
What temperature do you want to take a bath?
Mint julep, 104 degrees. Exactly.
Alright.
I believe that it is Sevilius on the subject.
Speaking of mint julep, would you make me one?
I'm gonna look in my cook's kit to see, do I have the ingredients for mint julep? Perhaps the mint is all like, what would you call it? Wilty.
Yeah, so you look in your bag. And there's this tiny little creature.
Later.
Seems to have crawled in your bag and eaten any goods or any kind of bio material.
We're just gonna close the bag for now.
Okay.
Do not take that back with us.
Is there anything else edible in there?
No.
Everything
Everything that is edible or
Oh.
has any kind of biomass has been eaten.
So that means any books you had in your bag or any
Is-
clothes.
Is Midgar here?
anything food.
Yeah.
Anything food,
Okay.
water, spices, things that are commonly consumable. I would say the books no longer have binding because they've eaten the horse bat glue, whatever.
Do we see you have a thing in your bag? Do I have one in my bag too?
If you carry food and rations, you have a creature in your bag.
Midgar. Is Midgar still with us?
Yeah, he's hanging out.
Does he look like it's less than 5 pounds?
Yeah. For now.
Come on, maybe scoop that out.
Feed me.
Throw in the pool.
Oh.
I wouldn't do that. Let's just throw it off of the...
Wargles, he says. He pulls out a rifle. He's like, I can just, if you want to, I can just take
Can
care
I
of
just
it.
shove it outside the bubble that is the thing and just let it go?
Sure.
Like a spider that people...
You just kind of
You know?
drift it off into the void and it floats away.
Feed me.
And it floats away.
Does it die? Okay, good. I was just releasing it back into the wild.
It just drifts off into the void.
Are there void druids? Because, like, this could be a thing.
I guess you'll find out.
Oh, God.
According to someone I know, they're a void druid. They made a void druid subclass.
Oh, nice.
Kremnat did.
And is... Wow. I mean, it has to be for sale somewhere.
I don't know. I don't know if he's ever published it, but he did.
Oh, that would be cool.
Toss it in the pool with the void piranhas.
It falls off into some distant reality.
Oh, God.
Maybe even your own.
Oh, no.
He's gonna roll for it.
Sure, why not? 99 and above, and it's in meta.
So, Alexis, to add your feat,
You're good.
there's a manage
30.
feats button under features and traits that you can add any of the feats. Matt doesn't
Yeah.
have to do anything special.
Correct,
Perfect.
thank
Make
you.
that easy for you.
That's how I got elemental adept of every type.
Fun.
Because we covered that you can have more than one of them.
Correct, but you actually have to have the beads to grab the feet. So,
I'm lucky.
over the duration, you all have all completed those successful things. At the end of week 2, and this so, at the end of week 2, there's kind of a final ding. There's a from the middle of the smithy. He holds onto it. Raises long bladed Chris up. The Sword of Sorrows, I believe. Who's going to wield it?
I will put on gloves.
Not it.
And take the Sword of Sorrows back.
Is it a rapier?
It is. It's a Chris. It functions like a rapier.
But I put on gloves first. I don't want to touch it.
I'll leave that choice up to you. If you do not want to wield it and nobody else wants to, I will certainly.
I would bet dimes to dollars this is cursed, and none of us should probably wield it until the very last second.
I mean, I can tell if it's cursed. Just give me 10 minutes with it.
Okay.
Is there
Set it
anything
down.
that we should know about the blade? Cautionary measures.
He says, the Sword of Sorrow was Vorgesh's offhand weapon for a number of years, kind of his spell blade. I do believe it is sentient. It contains the souls of thousands of fallen generals of hell. That a council, the wielder, bid it into darkness. It does not abide a good wielder for very long. It will attempt to corrupt you, and if it cannot corrupt you, it will destroy you. Once crafted, it will want to be reunited with its master, or a master more superior. So that is the Sword of Sorrow. It is incredibly destructive and powerful.
So not something that we should wield on a daily basis.
That is entirely up to you. But it is powerful. Much more powerful than any weapon you have here.
You and I identify it, I will carry it. This is a burden I've picked up.
I'll identify it.
It's the Sword of Sorrow in D&D Beyond.
It's a wisdom save.
+1 to attacks. It does an additional 3d. It does an additional necrotic damage, 1d6 necrotic damage. It's as a rapier. It does an additional, I believe, 3d6 necrotic damage to creatures who fail Constitution saving throw while they're within 10 feet of you, the hostile creatures. And I believe there's another effect that does additional necrotic damage.
Yeah, frightened. 1d6 when attacking, +1.
And then every strike has a
if
chance to
you-
frighten them.
Correct.
And-
DC 17 attacks against a creature frightened this way have advantage and deal an additional 3d6 necrotic damage.
Once a creature is frightened by the blade, you begin to sap their life force from them and deal an additional 3d6
Yeah, this is.
necrotic damage.
So this is the
It's
Sword of
got-
Sorrow that's in the
D&D
thing.
Beyond, yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
It also
It's got an aura.
Yeah.
Hostile creature starts in turn within 10 feet, must make a con save of DC 17 or take 3d6 necrotic damage. Contains a malevolent sentence.
Cool.
It also gives you access to a couple different spells.
Oh boy.
that are fueled by motes of sorrow. Whenever you kill a creature,
Oh god.
you gain a mote of sorrow. 3 motes of sorrow, I believe, equal 1 charge. If I remember correctly, or no, it's
I don't see those on here. I might have to add it to.
they should. The spell should be on there.
So
It might
infernal
have
strikes
to
or of
be.
the oppressor and knowledge of the corruptor. That's all it's got.
Definitely have that.
It could be because I'm looking at the manage items instead
Yeah.
of.
But basically, you have access to a couple different spells, and one of them, when you kill enough creatures, is a very powerful spell.
It's got 3 charges: Circle of Death, Finger of Death, and Tsunami.
Yes, but the tsunami is special. It is as an action instead of 1 minute, and it does all necrotic damage. Because it is not water, it is a massive tide of souls released from the blade.
Pretty hot.
Woo!
Yep.
Is this one
That's his offhand weapon.
We're gonna be fine.
Okay.
But now he's without it, and we all know that he liked to fight with the weaker weapon in his hand.
Maybe we just stay here.
I mean, he'll never find us here.
Things were simpler in the void.
No, not really. It's not staying.
So, would
No,
anyone
it's
like to
not. Jesus
attune to the
Christ.
Sword of Sorrow?
I am not going to attune to it. I'm just going to carry it.
Okay. So, at the end of those 2 weeks, when the Sword of Sorrow is up, he's like, I will take a break, I may teach you some void magic, and we will see how things go.
Perfect.
He's like, do you hear something?
Oh,
Do
no.
I hear anything?
Roll perception.
Can we? Do we all?
Advantage.
Look, I shouldn't
17.
even really bother, but let's see what happens.
25.
25, 17, 12.
17.
Thank you. So 17, 25, 12 doesn't do anything. You just kind of feel this kind of gentle vibration shake the side of the temple.
Is it the same vibration from the ship?
Smaller, but similar.
I guess I'll start to ritually cast the HUD.
I don't think
know
we're
if
going
we
to have
that
enough
much
time for that. So I'm going to pass without a trace and shove us into whatever the quickest corner is.
Okay. Go ahead and roll stealth.
Thank goodness for advantage. Thank you for the passive.
It's not
trace.
advantage.
Oh, I have
You
advantage
got
because
it.
the cloaky. My cloak.
Oh god, that's bad. Okay.
25.
So, just as a note, don't bother adding the plus 10, because Pass Without Trace is an illusion spell.
Okay. 15.
15?
10.
Yeah.
18.
Hey, look at that. So there is a kind of...
I'm excited.
And you can hear these steps on the rooftop. He's like,
Second level aura for Gathis.
go kill them on the roof.
That makes
He's
sense.
like, you can't let them near in this temple.
We will return.
And he
Run up.
Yep.
I will start my blade song before.
It's been a long rest since I
Yep,
did
you're
my-
all refreshed. Yep.
Yes. Ready to
then
kill.
as we're running, I'm going to cast Guardian of Nature on myself
Okay.
and do the tree thing again.
Okay.
Because that was super effective.
Into the river.
You do remember, just to remind you of what the entrance looks like, you guys will be coming from this.
And the fallopian tube.
You'll be coming from... I'll
Thanks.
You're welcome.
ping it. Alrighty.
I'm ready.
So who's in front?
Not it.
I will lead.
And I'll
I'm
be-
not the fastest, so probably middling.
Yeah.
We
I'm
would have
guessing
switched
Savali
back.
sent me.
We would have switched back to our original attune items, right?
Yeah. It's been weeks.
Of course.
Alrighty. So go ahead and roll initiative.
Yeah. Normal Tuesday.
That sounds...
Oh god. Can't even get it in the box.
I will kill you. Peter.
Never had that problem.
You never had that problem.
Well,
Well, there it is then.
That's a common misdirect. Animal health.
don't make these comments.
I love life.
That you might not appreciate the responses to.
That's right.
It was like an underhand like softball pitch.
Uh-huh.
Him enjoyed that response.
8 months in a row.
8 months.
Hey.
Oh my god.
Natural 40 on his initiative roll. Why is it rolling the flying horse deck D60? Like he's rolling the D60 from flying horse deck for their initiative. You got a 45 on its initiative.
I should have done this one instead anyway. 19 definitely beats my 4.
Don't worry, guys. I know an old man though.
That's right. That's right.
I love the tentacle robot. Makes me happy.
25 to 20.
I bet it does make you happy.
Okay then. 2015.
18.
19.
Oh wow, you guys all did really well.
Yeah.
Sovelius, Justice, Gilly. Which is good, because they did really well.
Oh god.
I mean, yeah, their lowest was 16. So what's yours?
6.
Okay, great.
Hey, you know, in
Cool.
some systems it would get an X round. I'm kidding.
In some systems that are terrible, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually not true. It'd be 20 or higher. 20 higher.
Okay, so at the top of the round with a natural 20, at a 23 is the Thune Hulk's turn.
Yes.
So this monstrous illithid
Oh,
has
no.
these massive metal club triangles for hands. And they begin to vibrate with force energy. He just stands there. It's his turn. The Idolite's turn.
They have a Hulk. An illithid Hulk.
Actually, you know what? No. He's going to move forward. I don't know why. He
We
doesn't.
have a justice.
So, he's going to make one attack against Sovelius and one attack against Justice.
Can certainly try.
Yeah, that'll hit. That is a 31.
Yep,
Where are
that'll
we?
hit.
We're on the very top.
Oh, got it.
So he steps
Coming
forward.
out of the
Oh,
hole.
that's different. Sorry. So you can on this stone-like structure. You take 34 points of bludgeoning damage. He, and then he's gonna take one swing at you.
This isn't considered a spell.
28.
That will hit.
Take 34 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh boy.
Goodbye, friends.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
The Mind Flare Arcanist's turn. They're gonna step forward. What is the range?
This map, though.
And we're on ground, so to speak.
Yeah, ground is just like the surface that you're standing on, roughly speaking. If you're asking about spells that say on the ground, you can use them, yes.
Okay, and it will
But
like
not
collapse
Earth.
the roof in.
Oh, what's the spell?
So if I used erupting earth or
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. You can use a
yeah, okay.
erupting earth.
It's called collapse.
It's got collapsing roof.
Yeah. So Velius, this Thune Idolite is going to invoke a spell at you.
So, boy.
You are definitely within 60 feet because it has to be within 60 feet of you.
Yeah, counterspell.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Okay.
16 on the dice.
That'll do it. It's only a 5th level spell. So you can start to feel the void start to pressure around you, and you start to feel you lift off the ground as he kind of does a menacing chant and pulls you closer, but you resist it. Oh, well, you counterspell it. Break it. Yeah. So, Velius, it's your turn.
All right. I will. Let's see. That thing probably has a very high strength, so lightning layer to pull it away from the party won't help.
Not the smartest move.
No. Probably just gonna attack it. Twice with booming blade.
You do that, boss.
Yeah.
Probably has a really low con.
That's gonna be a miss with a 12.
Mm-hmm, that'll miss.
Second bonus attack is a 20 to hit.
That should hit. Yep.
Okay.
I'll double check, but I'll let that one stand while I look something up.
Midcard's not gonna help us with this one.
Yeah,
Fuck no, Midgar's not fighting the Thune.
dual ones on my D8s,
Oh,
so
come
that's
on.
cool.
Oh,
So
no.
that'll be 4, 5, 9. And what's my bonus? Is still 3. So 12 points of fire, piercing damage, booming, thunder damage. And he's
So give me... He's resistant to fire, resistant to thunder. So give me the breakdown there.
Okay. So the fire damage is 7.
Okay.
The thunder damage is 1.
Yeah, 0.
The piercing is 4.
Thank you. So you slash into it, and you can see as you attack this kind of muscled sinew and powerful psionic form, it just like strikes off of them. But you do a little bit of damage.
We may have a bit of a problem.
You can hear behind you, all right, I'm coming. Actually, let's do this right. Yeah, okay. There is a from behind you guys, because Midgar Lane got a natural 20 on his initiative. Oh, natural 1 on the attack.
I'm
a badass.
Universe is balanced.
Let me double check. Yeah, he has no means. He's not like a voidling. So yeah, flies right past him. He's like, oh, well, all right. I swear this never happens. So he's right there. The Idolite, Civilius, Justice.
Okay.
And you guys are sandwiching from like 17 up. It's just like everything.
Yeah, it's just
Except
all up
for
in
And
there.
then Sylvie.
Well,
What's Cloaky's initiative?
No thanks. Yeah,
I guess I'm going to try to
it's dog shit.
deal with the whole
Great.
for now.
Wait to move.
I will stay with my free action. I'm severely damaged
Great.
to Gilly. And then I will make an attack on the Thune Hulk. That is an 18 to hit.
Yep, that
Alright.
just hits.
Awesome. And I get my sneak attack.
Ah! Could use its reaction to shield. It bounces off a psionic shield that it uses.
Is that a spell?
It's not. It's an ability.
Okay. I will use my...
But it's used its reaction.
Perfect. I will use my next attack on it then. That is lower. So that will miss.
Okay. Is your action?
Yep. I'm going to use my bonus action to patient defense.
Okay.
Yeah. And I guess I will stay right where I'm at.
Alright. It's Justice's turn. Gilly.
Okay, I'm throwing a Beacon of Hope
Okay.
as my action.
Okay, great.
And bonus action, I will give you 10. No. I'm close enough. I'll use, yeah. I'll use Mass Healing Word is what I'll do.
It's just a second level or lower.
That's
now.
right, that's right.
Beacon of Hope.
I was doing Beacon of Hope and Healing Word. I don't know why I ever tried
First
to
level?
deviate. Yep.
10 hit points,
10
because
hit
all
points.
healing is maximized, advantage on wisdom saving throws,
And death saving throws.
and death saving throws.
And we didn't have the 10 hit points at the beginning, did we? Do you give your inspiring speech every day?
I mean-
I'm just making sure.
I didn't want to cheese it, you know? Like,
So,
what
I
do you
will
think?
say you can have it.
oh, thank
Okay.
God.
In that case, I would not have put on
Because you guys are in the
so-
void, you know you're not safe. You
So-
know that it's just a matter of time before malevolence seeps in there around every corner. You would probably start the day off with those speeches.
I'm in much
Okay,
better
all
shape.
right.
Thank the
Do
guys.
they stack with the Guardian of Nature?
Oh.
You just take 16.
Okay, so I don't get 26.
No.
So in that case, I would not have put Armor of Agathis up.
Okay,
Right? Okay.
that's fine.
Perfect. All right, I've used my key point.
I'm
Two
a benevolent god. That's your action. It's your bonus action. Is that your turn? Or what are you instructing Cloaky to do?
I am going to move myself real quick, just to the other side of Cloaky.
Okay.
I suppose, and I'll ask Cloaky to.
It's not really a place you can move. You guys are in a
Oh, is it
hallway.
not?
Yeah, because we're like
Yeah,
down.
you're in a
we're
hallway
coming
and
up
it
out.
shoots down, yeah.
Oh.
If
So
you
we're
could fly,
inside
you
the
could,
structure.
maybe.
I'll just.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So, is there any way out of this cluster?
Yes, there
without-
is.
Without going directly past the Hulk thing.
No, there is not. You have to be able to fly to get out of this cluster. You basically, so like imagine it's like a doorway, They're
right,
at
but
the.
even if Clokey takes me out flying,
Yeah.
would I provoke?
So imagine like it's a doorway, right? They're at the kind of just the outside, and then the Thunhulk is just beyond them. So there is no way past the Thunhulk. However, it did just use its reaction.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So that's right. You're right. So I
There's
will
no-
ask Clokey to fly me like up and out. So
Okay. Understood.
maybe somewhere around this area.
That is your turn. The Thun operative's turn is going to take a pot shot at. Well, it's going to take a pot shot at Sevilius from behind the thing. So you can see these are mind flares in these kind of combat suits, and they have laser rifles.
Just makes me have
Like, how could a mind flare be worse? Put it in a combat suit with a laser rifle, or
Yeah.
give it like forced knuckle hands.
How could a troll be worse? Give it a fireproof vest and an M16.
18 to hit.
Miss.
Oh, sorry, 20 to hit.
Miss.
Sorry,
Because
13
my
plus
AC
7.
is 21 now. Because
Oh,
of weights on.
hey.
Oh, look at that! So yeah,
My modifier.
takes a pot
Yeah.
shot at you, and it just. Operative, the blaster's turn.
Which one's the blaster?
Down yonder. I think I named it blaster.
Oh.
Is he a
Master
master?
boy.
They are also
Oh,
going to take
boy.
a pot shot. I'm going to double check their range here. Should be 100. Yeah. They are going to take a pot shot at Sevilius as well. 20 to hit, misses.
Stop trying to hit me. That's good. Those both would have hit if I didn't have that ASI.
You're welcome. I'm a beneficent lord. Selena.
Okay, so I know we just went over this.
Yeah.
I might be an idiot.
It's okay.
So the 2 story spaces are just vacuous holes of no ceiling.
These spaces right here
Yeah.
will fall. You will fall into the void. Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Okay. So all of these creatures have to go either through that middle section or to one side or the other.
Assuming they can't fly, yeah.
Perfect. Then I'm going to stick a corner of erupting earth on the Thun Hulk
Okay.
and shove it that way diagonally so that it's 20 squares. So 5, 10, 15, like 20. So
Oh, that's the wrong thing I
like
want.
that. If I can make it sideways
20
and
foot
not
cube, yeah?
fit the grid, that would be great.
1 second.
Yep.
Push it into space.
I don't know if you counted 20. Well, yeah, maybe.
So 20 is 20. It's a 4 square thing, so
Yeah.
it's a 10 radius. So about like that. Your color's green.
Oh, perfect.
Um,
And then basically if I can like askew it sideways so it misses all of us currently. But
so this way, right? 1 second. Sorry, I have to find
That's
the
okay.
thing.
you're fine.
You cannot see it, but like that. So like that.
Like 45 degrees.
Okay. I can't. Oh, there it is. I see it now. Sorry.
Okay.
I
That's
can't
okay.
really spin the aura, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Kind of that
So
way.
Yep.
you, as long as you understand
Yep.
what I'm trying to do with this crazy. So I hit the Thun Hulk immediately, but then create difficult terrain around the group.
Understood. All right.
Yeah.
That's pretty clever.
I kind of get what you're doing. I'll do it, leave it like this, and I'll say it doesn't hit Clokey or what's his face. There you go. So, dexterity saving throw?
Please, 17.
Natural 20, 21.
Oh my god, they still take half damage.
Puny god.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Tentacles.
So it's, okay, but that doesn't.
So it's
okay.
3d12, half a 3d12, but all of that is now difficult terrain
Yep.
for the duration.
Except for the cold vacuum of space, it's all difficult terrain.
Alrighty, so that is 22 points, half to 11
Alrighty.
of bludgeoning
Oh,
damage.
that's the wrong command, friend.
And then I am going to move the opposite direction
Okay.
so that I'm kind of behind this. We're gonna call it an eye. That's not the first thing that came to mind, but we're gonna call it an eye.
That's right.
So that I'm hovering, not touching the ground over here, like 5 feet up.
There.
And then I'm going to toss a healing word at Justice.
Alrighty, you heal 8. Your wisdom mod is 4.
Yes. So
All healing is
4 plus
maximized
4
within
is
30
8.
feet of Gilly, so
Yep.
you heal 8.
I'm
First
looking-
level, yeah?
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
It has to, I think.
Yeah, first or second, but yeah. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Alright, Clokey is going to pull pull you kind of this way, 5, 10. He's going to get you about there, just outside the thing.
Okay.
Like you're not through it. He's lifted you up and around, basically.
Okay.
That's 20 feet. That's all I can do.
Good enough.
Cloaky's turn. Lang's turn. Lang actually beat the thing and is just going to lob another attack at this asshole. That hits, yeah. 19. Yeah, look at you, Lang. He does 15 points of radiant damage versus the Hulk, and he's gonna say, the vacuum of space makes these things resistant to the elements. And he fires a radiant bolt at this creature. He's like, use the light or use the dark.
Okay then.
Alrighty.
Oh yeah, that's right. Can we not see up here because it's all dark in the void?
It is. You are actually within this temple. You are fine.
Okay.
Yep. It depends on what space of the void you are in.
So would daylight give them disadvantage like it did before?
Daylight doesn't necessarily grant advantage, but
No. Just because it was
Nope.
in the void, in
Right.
the dark.
So what the void lane does. So these don't have that quite the same interaction. They're
Perfect.
not made of pure void. The Hulk's turn. They're going to charge up kind of a powerful attack. They start to rub their two axes. This is actually slashing damage. They swing one down at you, one down at you.
Okay. Disadvantage?
Yep. Civilius, 32.
Yep.
Whoa.
Take 34 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Disadvantage?
Yeah.
Okay. 16.
Miss. You could shave my face.
32
It
to
just screams.
Not even.
This
I can get up to 26.
is a massive bonus to attack.
Yeah.
It would have taken me at least a 6 to cutting words then.
Yeah.
The Thun Idolite is
Nope.
going to step forward and begin to put their hands together again and cast a spell at Civilius.
Counter spell.
Go ahead and roll it.
Roll that
Roll
beautiful
for the
bean
fifth level
footage.
spell. And they speak.
18 on the
Okay,
dice.
yeah.
That makes it. And you just hear them say, "Boom." That's their turn. The Idolite's over. Civilius.
How far back is Migueling? Is he actually? Yeah.
Yep.
Dang it. If I thunder stop, I'll hurt him.
Yes.
Mm. Dang it.
You would
Okay.
technically hurt Gilly too? No, you wouldn't. She's 20 feet up.
Yeah. Okay. I will. Let's see here.
You could kill Midgarling and create a time paradox.
Oh god.
Uh-oh.
It just creates an alternate.
How about no?
Yeah. How about we don't?
Yeah, I will just take 2 green flame blade swipes at that because that's all I can pretty much do against this guy.
Roll to attack.
14 plus 9, so 20 something.
23, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that hits. They can't shield that. Oh, wait.
Oh.
Yeah, they can't shield that.
Okay. So, second attack. 17.
17 total?
Yeah.
That'll miss.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll the attack. Have the fire.
Oh wait, I thought he shielded the first one.
He did not.
Oh.
I said he cannot shield. I said he cannot shield
Oh,
that.
got it.
So have the fire for me. Just have anything of the elements. Acid, cold, lightning, fire, and thunder.
All right, so 5 fire then,
Okay, so that's 2, right?
and then.
Or you have it
yeah,
for me.
that's
I'm
already
sorry.
halved.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
4 thunder,
Okay.
and then 10 piercing.
Thanks. So as you're slashing in, you can see this kind of strange purple ichor start to bleed from this creature. They're not bloody, but they're taking damage.
Okay.
That's your action.
And bonus.
Okay. Oh, 2 green flame blades, yeah.
Yeah.
Justice, it's your turn.
Or booming blade. Booming blade. So he's wreathed in booming energy, but he isn't.
Does shield
Okay.
last until? Is it still up then? Does he have a bonus or does it?
No, he doesn't have a shield up.
Okay, I will then. Since we seem to be able to keep locking down their spells, I'm going to keep attacking the Hulk.
Okay.
So first attack is not an advantage. I don't know what's going to do that. That is a 16 hit.
Misses.
All right. Second attack is a 19 hit.
That will hit.
Awesome.
They'll use their reaction to shield.
Didn't they just do it?
They have a reaction. The shield is down.
Okay.
Started to turn. Their AC returns to 18. They get their reaction back, and they can use their shield. That make sense?
Oh, okay. Because I thought he just used his reaction on.
He didn't use it.
No,
He just
not a
had
thing. No.
Oh.
Yeah, they have the reaction. You asked,
I'm sorry.
You asked if their shield was up. I meant like it's down.
Got it.
Started to
I
turn.
thought he had. I thought he had
Just like
used
her,
it.
just
Yeah.
like his shield. Yeah.
Apologies. I thought he had used it. Well, could I do? Okay. I guess that's what I will then. Be
However, per this shield, it only applies to that one attack, so it fades after that.
Okay. Then I guess I will use my bonus action to make 2 more attacks.
Okay.
First one is a 19 again.
That'll hit. You cannot shield.
So that will be. Because I get the D. Does lightning have any having?
Yep, all the elements: acid, thunder, fire, lightning, cold.
So
all
I've
have.
got my key, my necrotic, and this. Oh, and sneak attack. So that is for just straight damage.
Yeah.
That will be 9, 10, 11, 15 points of straight damage.
Okay.
4 points of lightning damage.
No gay damage in here, folks.
No gay
That's right.
damage, and 2 points of necrotic
Thanks so much.
and stunning strike.
Oh boy. Okay.
The gay damage is waiting for June.
That was 4 necrotic, right?
4 necrotic.
Thanks, buddy. It's not resistant to necrotic.
Sorry, two necrotic,
Thank
4
you.
lightning. Sorry, I was like, wait, that's blue.
That's
Necrotic
okay.
isn't blue.
It's alright. 13.
He fails.
Roll the natural 1.
Yay.
Plus 12 to con saves.
Damn.
So he's stoned, and then with my last,
Wow.
with my last,
I guess that's what I get for mocking you.
Right?
I get advantage.
That's a plus 12 to con saves.
Gotta roll that one sometimes.
I want to
Right.
thank actually the person who designed this. Your name's here somewhere. 1d6 adventurers. Thanks for designing this.
Nice. And then my last attack, I rolled
With
an 18 on the
advantage?
dice. Yeah,
Yeah,
with
hits.
advantage. So that would be so straight damage is
No gay damage yet. It's not June.
That's right.
9 points. And then 5 points of necrotic and 2 points of lightning.
So 1 lightning, 2 necrotic.
5 points of lightning. So if they're resistant, that'd be 2.
Thanks.
Right? Yeah.
Are you having it
Oh.
for me?
I mixed up the dice.
That's
Again.
okay.
You're good.
That's okay.
Got
All
it.
right, got it down. So you're slamming into this thing as it's making a successive series of attacks. It's not stopping. This is all happening at once. These massive blows with each one you are afraid that you are going to lose consciousness. And there seems to be some kind of very strange force power behind, like they're revving up for something. This is not the worst of it to come. And it's striking, and it's all the while as you guys are trying to dig into it side by side, you and Sevilius fighting side by side. There are these kind of bursts of psychic energy confounding your attack. It deflects one, and you can see this malevolent sneer on his eye, and it goes to punch Sevilius, and you get it right in the kidney, and it stops for a moment, and it's stunned. Is that your turn, or do you want to fly away?
I'm going to go and be in base-to-base contact with Bethune Idiot. I'm going to call it an idiot.
I like. Your move is?
I have a base speed of 50.
Thanks. Just checking. This map, I thought it was bigger, but we're good. Gilly, it's your turn.
Okay.
Probably need to be a little quieter. So.
I will cast Mass Healing Word. Everybody gets 10 hit points back if you've taken damage.
Okay.
That's my bonus action. And with my action, I am going to pull off a patch.
Okay.
And so that's...
7d4 plus
Yep.
7. What are you targeting?
I am going to target the Hulk, because that
Okay.
thing has been really chewing us apart.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That is pretty bad.
34 damage on average. Hey, you know, it can extract brains, too.
Oh, neat.
God.
I'm
I
picturing
can't
each of
wait.
his tentacles as like a muscular man's forearm. You know, it's not like
it's like an arm. I mean, yeah.
yeah.
It's done now, though.
Just flopped around.
Wow. Can't believe that worked. Natural 1. What's your DC?
14.
So it has to roll a 1.
That's not gonna happen again.
5% chance.
Kill this thing while it's done.
That's actually probably a very good idea.
Mind control.
Plus
7.
17 plus 7 is 24.
4.
That. That's what I thought. 24 points of
With
force
these-
damage.
As they land, you can see more ichor. This creature is bloody. They're over half health.
Nice.
That's your action. That's your bonus action.
Yep.
Is that your turn? Just as a
Just gonna ask Cloaky to move me just a touch more.
so just as a note, that's a 5th and a 3rd. You got to watch out for that.
Oh
that's,
shit!
that's okay.
You're right. I'm sorry.
It's cool. So you're moving
That's
away
right,
from
because
the
patches still matter.
the deadly monstrosity.
Yes.
The full 20 or kind of.
However much Cloaky can move me, it's fine.
Okay, he just brings you over here, and those are massive eyes in those void pools, by the way.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Are they moving around?
Yeah, they blink every now and then.
Yeah. I love the void.
Where are all the bad guys currently? We've got the big one and the 2 little ones.
3, the void Thune Idolite, Thune Operative,
And then
Thune Blaster.
Okay.
Sevilius, Justice, Gilly, Operative. The Operative is going to go. The Operative is going to take, since you're base to base with the Idolite, is going to pop a shot at you. 22 to hit.
That hits. I'm going to use deflect.
Oh, yeah, actually.
There you go.
Okay. Look at you. Yeah, yeah. There's a thing in the rules.
I rolled a 9 on the D10. It's a D10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
7.
That's a D10.
7 plus 6 plus 5, 7, 13, 18. 13. Wait, 7, 16, 18.
Look at you getting to use the deflect missiles.
I was wanting them to attack me.
22 points of radiant damage.
I deflect 19 points of it.
So you go to catch it and you realize this is a bullet of pure light. I don't know how this is gonna work. And you catch it, but it singes in your hand. Oh, that hurt.
3 points of damage.
Yep. And
No, but I don't react. I'll say, is that all you have?
through an operative, you see with their object interaction, puts away their gun and moves up to you. And you start to see its tentacles start to flare out.
Oh no.
Does Justice have brains?
That's the operative. The Idolite went, right? Yeah. Operative, the blaster.
I forgot that they're elected so they can eat brains.
Right?
How'd you forget that?
I don't know. It
It was
becomes
kind
normal.
of a really big point about the Thune.
It becomes normal after a while, you know? Like,
We literally just had a conversation
After-
about
after
baby arm.
4 minutes
man-arm
it becomes
tentacles.
normal.
I mean, that guy, the one with the big guy with tentacles.
So the Thune blaster steps up with their gun, and they like have it trained, and they just kind of lower it, and they lean forward, and there's this, and you can see this ripple of psionic energy thrust out towards you. I need you to make a intelligence saving throw.
That's fine. 16.
You just make it.
My ghoul like flares a bright green as it washes over me.
So the force, and you steal your mind. You would have taken 22 psychic damage and been stunned for 1 minute. Stunned creatures can have their brains extracted with a single attack.
Nice. He can't do that again, right?
It's a recharge, a 4 to 6. Oh no, 5 to 6 recharge. That was the blaster's turn, Selena.
Okay. So, 2 things. I am going to move forward a little bit and land. And now 15 feet around me in a circle is all difficult terrain.
You okay?
So I have a 15-foot.
Aura of sorts.
Yeah, that's difficult terrain.
Okay.
Um,
Where are you gonna land? Sorry.
so just so that I'm not in Sevelius or Midgar Lang, so that they don't have difficult terrain, but like here would be good, I think. Because that puts me within 60.
I
so
see what you're doing.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30-ish.
I
So,
see
like,
what you're
on
doing.
the other
You're-
side of the weird nipple eye.
I see what you're doing. Nice. That's really clever. So basically, you're funneling their attack. That's
Yeah.
really clever.
I've got my shit together.
You
man.
do.
So I forgot to tell you that, but part of Nature's Guardian.
That's okay.
That's
Thanks for the reminder.
Guardian of Nature.
Yeah.
So first time I've used that, I used it the other day. I'm like, I can do
It's a
that
pretty
now.
great spell.
Okay. Good luck. I'm going to tidal wave
Oh.
and hit the Thune
Yeah.
and the 2 operatives because it's 30 feet.
And Justice.
And Justice.
'Kay.
And then wave it towards myself.
Okay.
So that it's not going towards Gilly, who's above the ground, but it's like tall. So shit.
Dexterity saving throws, folks.
Yes, please. And the big Thune automatically fails
Yes.
because he's stunned.
Yes, he does.
Yes! And he's knocked prone.
Yes, he does.
I failed. That's fine.
Fuck. What was your total?
11.
Oh, Christ.
The Idolite fails.
Okay, so he's knocked prone.
The Operative gets a 17.
Ooh, just makes it. It's Dex 17.
The Blaster gets not shit. So only the Operative succeeds. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay, so it's 4d8.
Well, I only take half damage.
Yep.
Okay. So it's kind of crap. So 12 points of magical bludgeoning damage to all of them, and
Yeah.
anybody who failed is knocked prone.
Okay, cool.
And then I'm going to immediately follow up my tidal wave
Why do I keep
with
doing that?
a 2nd level healing word
Yes, that works.
for Justice.
Thank you. How much do I heal?
It's still full, isn't it?
It's max. So.
Yep.
So 2nd level healing word is going to be 2d4 plus 4, so it's 12.
Thank you. Exactly. Exactly.
Yep.
So from a blast of watery energy, it kind of you see it gets summoned up and it kind of starts to stretch and pull because you're in the void and vacuum of space. But it's magical water, so it congeals. And as it does, you see the Thune Hulk fall flat on their butt, and 2 of the Illithids, but not the Operative, also fall flat as the water spreads all around. And Justice, you are not prone.
Right.
Alright, that's your turn, Selena?
Yes, so I moved, bonus action, yes.
Alright, Clokey, what were Clokey's last instructions?
Clokey already moved me. You moved me in the end of my turn.
Oh, okay.
So, Clokey already moved me.
Okay, that was just his move. With his action, he's going to attack the Thune Hulk. It's a straight roll, which I rolled a 15, so that hits. They are going to restrain the Thune Hulk. So you see a little shadow snare fly off and wrap around the Thune Hulk.
There we go.
So prone, stunned, and restrained
Yep.
right now. This thing is eating shit.
Yep.
That's right.
Lang's turn. Lang gets just a straight roll on this attack because it's both prone and restrained. That just misses. 17. He's like, oh. Actually, because he's an NPC, I might allow a small net con. No, he's not going to get next to this thing for that. Nope. So yeah, he shoots over and the bullet whizzes by the Thune Hulk as it lands prone. The Hulk's turn just passes because it's both stunned and restrained. The Idolite's turn. The Idolite's going to look at you and invoke a spell.
I'm adjacent to it,
Yep.
so I'm going to try to punch it.
Okay. Did you want to try counterspelling?
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna.
You all know what this spell is. It's Dispel Magic.
okay. I'm gonna punch it. That is an 18 on the dice.
That'll hit.
26, stunning
You're gonna
strike.
kind of
I can't.
spell it out.
I can't remember if he can interrupt it.
No.
No.
So
Okay.
because reactions, and so let's talk about this. So because reactions occur before their trigger, and Jeremy Crawford has clarified this, you hit them before they start begin concentration. All this is not a concentration spell. However, if you stun it, that is a form of interrupting.
Okay.
So
Right.
yeah.
So I.
Constitution saving throw. So let him resolve his
Yep.
first. Figure he's faster.
That's
we'll
what
say.
I was saying. Yeah. I'll let that happen.
He's stunned.
There we go.
Yeah.
See,
He's
so we
slugging
got
the
counterspell.
spell. And you've
Hey,
seen
we
this
did
spell
it.
many times. He was attempting to dispel the protection around you and send you hurling into the void of space.
Oh my god.
And you would have just been gone.
I'm gonna throw punch him.
and it begins to writhe and
Oh,
squirm.
I do damage.
So that was the only one that wasn't
Yeah.
prone.
The Idolite.
Squirm.
The Idolite-
was
The Idolite would just stand up.
Okay, so I don't get sneak attack on the damage, but
You do. It's
I
stunned.
do- Oh, okay. Well, because I hit it
Oh, my bad.
to do the
yeah, yeah.
to do the damage.
Sorry.
So
Trying to...
no, that's fine. I mean, there's a lot
So
going
it
on.
stands up.
Oh man, max damage. I would have done 12 plus 4 is
16.
16 points of damage to the thing.
All right, it's stunned until the end of your next turn. That is the Idolite's turn, unfortunately. Sovelius.
Okay, so because this thing's prone and restrained instead, I can't move through its spaces still. I'm basically stuck there.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, no, what I'll say is you can climb over it, but it's going to be at half speed.
That's fine. I just need to get onto the other side of it to do what I want to do.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll climb. I'll come around on the
5,
other
10.
side.
So
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah,
25.
I got like 40 feet of movement.
Yeah.
So. All right, and that should put me in range.
Okay.
It does. Okay.
Oh.
I don't think I'm in range of the blaster. Actually, you know what? Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm double checking.
Yep, you're good. You can move there and do it.
Can I?
100%. I know exactly
Get all
what you're
4?
doing. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I will. Move
30
out.
feet, right?
Yep.
So go ahead and make your attacks.
So steel wind strike. So I whip and then I disappear. So because the Thune's restrained, I have advantage on it. So this will be the one against the Thune, though.
Okay.
Or against the Hulk.
Yep.
I should say they're all.
Right.
That one is
It
cocked.
was cocked, yeah. Hey.
Okay. So the.
I forgot to post in VR that we were up. They always. That's a good way to catch their attention. I'll post after the break.
Sorry, I'm just double checking. I think it's a spell attack, so I get to use my spell attack modifier, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that will be a 23 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Okay. Do you want me to roll damage after?
It's so I've been
separate.
thinking about this. I mean, it's up to you. I feel like it's because of fourth ed. I just want you to roll just the one. You know, it's a
Yeah.
lot to roll. Hit 5d10, hit 5d10, hit 5d10, and we'll just keep track of it. Is that fair to you? Do you want to roll it separate every time?
I mean, I could just roll it all at once because
Yeah.
it's easier.
Yeah, it's like an AOE in my mind.
There you go.
Are the attack rolls still separate?
The attack rolls are definitely
Can I
separate.
borrow? Because you can crit potentially.
Yes, you may.
Right? Or no, you can't. You can crit.
Yeah,
still?
yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
colors
it's
would
just-
you like?
But we would just double
two.
whatever you roll. 'cause it's
Exactly.
just all dice.
Exactly.
There you go.
Different.
So it evens out in the wash, you know.
Right. And there's a lot
more
less
threes than I want.
Wow.
math and rolling.
That was triple threes.
9,
That's unfortunate.
23. 28. Yeah. 28 points of damage.
28 points of force damage. Holy shit.
Okay. Second one, so the Idolite is.
So go
just
ahead and attack the
prone?
Thune. Yeah. The
So I
Idolite.
don't get advantage on him, right?
Yeah, go ahead and attack
Or no,
the
he is stunned.
So go ahead and attack the Idolite, and that'll be an advantage.
So that will be a 21.
Hits.
Okay, so he will take the 28.
And then against the operative, it's not an advantage.
Nat 1 on the operative.
Okay. And then against the breaker, is the spell attack a melee spell attack?
It is a melee spell attack.
Then you have advantage against the Thune Blaster. They're prone.
Oh, nice. Good, because I rolled a 3 on that one. And that will
Okay.
be a 22.
20. Okay, 20. Yeah, 28 points of damage.
Fun.
Yep.
Advantages feel so good.
So you
It really does.
string out your blade, and and you kind of you see little bits of Sylvius appear, and when he lands, all the creatures just kind of, and their blood starts to drift in the void, doing 28 damage to 3 of them.
And so I can land next to any creature
Yes.
that I hit or miss. So I will. Let's go. Hold on, I'm not on my pingy thing. Actually, I could just move myself.
Yeah, there you go.
Alrighty, that's your action. Is that your turn?
That
Give
is
him
my
that
turn.
hot sneak attack damage.
Gilly, it's your turn.
Okay.
I go after.
I was about to ask a silly question.
Oh, sorry,
but
Justice.
we'll
Go ahead.
It's fine.
Good.
Since we are over here by these
Okay.
guys who are up, I'm going to. I think I'm going to unload on the Idolite. Actually, what? No, actually, no. I'm gonna try to punch the operative. So first attack roll is a 23.
Is the operative still prone?
No, the operative is the one who saved. The blaster and the idolite are the idolite is stunned. Are you attacking the idolite?
Sorry, no, I'm attacking the operative who's up on his feet.
Okay.
And that was a 23 to hit.
Hits.
Stunning strike.
Okay.
Can I get sneak attack on this?
Yeah, 14.
That just makes it.
The creature with a very low bonus meets it.
Yeah. All right. So that will be 5, 11, 11, plus 4, 15 points of damage on the first hit.
Okay.
Second attack on him. Oh, let me mark off my key point before I forget. That is an 18 to hit.
It hits.
Alrighty. Stunning strike.
Okay.
Burn him. Burn him.
Nope. Doesn't make it.
Stunned. All right. So that will be 9 plus 4, 13 points of damage.
14.
13. 13.
Okay.
And if he is still up,
Yep.
bonus action, I'm just going to get one punch in on him.
Okay.
Not using a key point. That's a 17 on the dice. So this is unarmed. So that is a D. Is this guy resistant to stuff? Cool. 9, 12, 4, 16 points of damage.
Okay. So you are just kind of slashing and punching into this creature, and you find purchase. You kind of into its neck between where its arm is kind of vulnerable, and it stunned. And you finish off. You try to finish it off with 2 consecutive unarmed strikes, but it is still standing. They're pretty meaty. That your turn?
That is my turn.
Gilly, now it is your turn.
Bonus action, I'm gonna heal Sibelius for 10.
Ooh. Thank you.
Yeah. And then with my
No longer blood.
action, I think I'll just, throw 6 charges from the wand at this thing, the Hulk.
Okay.
How bad does it look right now?
Pretty rough. Pretty rough.
But it's big and meaty, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take chances. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, if I'm throwing 6 charges, it's 86.
Mhm.
84, I mean.
Oh, it's no longer stunned, right? Because you're.
At the end of my turn. Yeah.
But it's still restrained.
It'll be restrained. Yep, for just a little longer. Yep.
Okay.
Still prone.
And more ones than I'd like to see, but that's okay. 15, 16, 17, 24 again.
Okay.
24. No, sorry, 25. Because it's plus 8, not plus 7.
Okay.
25 points of force damage.
Yeah. Is that your turn?
Yep. I
Alrighty.
think that's it.
The operative stun, their turn passes. The blaster is prone, will stand up from prone, using half its movement. See if it recharges its ability. It does not.
Thank the gods.
They're going to use an ability then. Yeah, they're going to. They're going to invoke a. Well, one second actually. You see if it actually requires. It doesn't require any components, so it's not counterspellable. I need you to go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw. This is an innate spell.
Advantage, right? Because
Yes.
Beacon of Hope.
Mm-hmm. And yep, for any number of reasons
Yep.
apparently.
Thank all of the gods.
Yep.
Does anyone want to move up next to me 5 feet?
Yeah.
Natural 20.
You are good. They cast Dominate Monster on you.
Ooh, no.
Is justice really a monster, though?
Yeah. And you can feel your consciousness being invaded by some kind of alien force.
I'm going to hold my hand up.
Kind of breaks across your fingers. That is the blaster's turn. They are going to
Thank you, guys.
5, 10, 15 move there. Selena, it's your turn.
Okay, so the Thun Hulk is still up,
Yep.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Midgarling is up there.
It's been immune to most things. Has it been immune to necrotic? Or not immune, it's resistant. Have we seen it resistant to necrotic damage so far.
In fact, you know that it is not resistant to necrotic damage.
Like,
That's a good call, because it was about to murder Midgar Lang.
Yeah.
That would have been awkward for everyone involved.
Constitution saving throw, please.
Natural one.
Get it!
This thing's got a
Oh
plus
my
12. Oh, wait, hold on. It has magic resistance. Fair is fair. It has magic resistance. Yeah, 20. Sorry to steal your thunder.
Damn.
That's okay, it still takes half damage.
Yep.
And it's pretty hurt, so.
Okay,
Yes.
it still takes half damage
Oh,
of
that's funny,
a
though.
bunch of things. 8d8.
Christ.
Ah.
Just the old nat 1 on con saves.
And
Wow.
no, it doesn't have disadvantage either restrained or prone on con saves
No.
right now. Damn.
That would have been funny.
Okay.
I wished.
Double fucking ones. It does have magic resistance. Doesn't apply to stunning strike, much to my chagrin.
Okay.
Don't worry,
So
I'll
that's
make 'em
still
laugh.
10, 20, 32. Cut in half is 16.
Those are D6s.
Not T8s.
I should be rolling d8s. That is brilliant.
It's gonna be funny if you roll lower. but fair is fair. You gotta roll what there is.
Alrighty.
Just all.
It's already a
Yeah.
not going to be lower.
Yeah, that's okay. So 10, 15, 23.
Oh, okay, good. That would have been like bad. Like you get like.
Oh!
Wow.
23, 31, 36, plus 16 is 42, 52 points of necrotic damage, halved to 26.
Oh, yep. So it has 15 hit points. You can see it start to stand up. And Midgar Lang's like, guys? Because it's about to go and murder Midgar Lang and cause all sorts of problems for you.
Right,
And
right.
because you'll abandon your charge. And it dies. The knife gets drained from its form. You can see the kind of pieces that it's made of start to fall apart.
How's Midgar Lang doing?
He's fine.
Hit point wise.
He's fine, but that thing could have brained him.
Okay.
Literally,
and
and
then
figuratively.
let's see.
And then eaten.
So
Run
that was
back
my
down.
action.
Run. Go to
Bonus
crack.
action. Does anyone else need healing?
Damn it.
Sure. First level healing word at Civilius.
God, that could have been fun.
It's maxed.
So 8 points.
On his turn, could he ram back down the stairs?
Yeah, and led the thing straight into the Void Temple. That would have been great. Destroying the
I
forge.
trusted the
Yep.
rest of my
God
team
knows
that
what
they'd
else.
be able
Yeah.
to figure that out.
Fine.
I also would have surrounded him with tiny little rocks.
Don't worry. Oh, wow, that would have been effective. Is that your
I
turn?
kept him from moving.
I mean, yeah, that's my turn.
He can't move through the hostile
Sorry.
rock square.
Okay.
So rocks.
It can leap over tiny creatures. You have to actually occupy the space that you're preventing. You know, the tiny creature doesn't prevent 150 million feet of this one square.
I guess you really have to surround things. Oh, if I had movement, I would have moved towards the baddies, especially the one at the bottom. So just 30 feet toward everyone else
Okay.
to move my.
Out there?
Oh no.
Or towards them?
If I can get to the Thune Blaster, and just so that he's in my thing, so I was here. 5,
Yeah.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, like 2 squares away from him.
Like there?
Perfect.
You're getting right within Brandon distance.
Yeah, we'll see. Cloaky doesn't get his recharge. He's going to sit there and hold
no.
you.
It's okay.
I should go base to base so I can try Warcaster on him. Pow pow!
Oh no. Oh no.
Midgar Lang's going to float up. Or will... he has advantage on the stunned creature, which is good because he rolled like shit. He rolled like shit twice. He misses. He's not having a good day over there.
Point of
You guys
order.
abandoned him. He's a little shook.
He's all shook up.
Yeah.
Quick point of order. I don't think the Idolite is still stunned.
No, they're not. That is their that is. Oh yeah, they're just not stunned. Yep.
Because it would have faded at the end of Justice's turn.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Hey, speak of the
Because
devil.
you stunned it on a reaction.
It's fair.
It's the Idolite's turn. Thum. Cast both of those.
10.
They've cast that. They have not cast that.
Perfect.
Nah, it's gonna be vindictive. It looks over to you and it just looks at you. No, actually, it's going to use.
It's vindictive.
It's the idolite, right? So it's going to take a. No, it can't. It's stuck in a bad way, folks. Yeah, fuck it. It's just going to turn to you and let out a point blank range. Make an intelligence saving throw because the idolite has theirs. You have a good chance.
I do. 39, 22.
Yeah, you're good. So there's this full blast of psychic energy straight in your face. You're like, oh god! But you're able to steal from it and save. That is, I believe, all they have at this current time. They don't have bonus actions. Kind of idiot doesn't give them Misty Step reflexively.
Right. But
So
for
for
quadruple its range.
Yeah.
And then
So,
under super-
Civilius.
All right. Since it worked so well last time, let's just do one strike again.
Okay.
Especially since one is stunned still.
Yep.
So operative.
Yeah.
18 plus 9. I'm guessing that's a hit.
Yep.
All right. Idolite. 18 plus 9.
It hits.
Nat 20 on the blaster.
Holy fuck.
Roll your 5d10.
60
You're gonna
10.
need-
Thank you, yeah.
Do you need more? You've got 3 over there.
Becoming
That's good.
more and more erect under the table.
You need one more?
No, I should
I think that's
have-
going to do it. Oh, he's about to do it!
Mm.
Oh, Lord, he's
Oh,
coming!
boy! That's the one standing on the ground.
So
Going over the
if
deck.
it's a melee spell attack, do I double the damage then on the crit one?
Oh, the spell,
Okay,
all spell
just-
attacks get doubled, not just melee.
Okay,
ones.
I was just checking.
I don't know why I had it in my head for a second.
Okay,
Oh,
so-
because force powers.
Because you're a massive idiot.
Yeah,
Deeply,
14.
you're profoundly stupid.
right.
Deeply, deeply incompetent.
I mean, at everything.
23.
I love making that. I've been
29.
told.
Yeah,
Right.
29, right?
So 29, 29,
see
and
them
then
all, so I can't help you.
58.
Yep.
How do you want to do this?
So after the mind blast, I just disappear, and then you just see like through like where their symbols are in their head, you just see like the sword just poke through on like all of them, and they all just drop.
And their heads just go from the force energy, and they all fall and die.
Hot.
It would have been
Are there
3
any
charges.
You see in the distance a very small spacecraft, small compared to the mothership, and you just see it turn around and go fly away. And if you were fast enough to catch a spaceship, in case you were wondering,
Go get him, Justin. You can fly forever.
it was hundreds and hundreds of feet away, probably like a mile away.
We
Big
had
girl
2
and
more
King
weeks,
Shoe.
and now they know we're here.
This is not gonna be good.
Oh no.
It's not great.
It's 9:27.
And with that, we're gonna go to break.
Yeah! That was so fun. Stun everything.
Yeah, I am really happy. I am actually makes me really happy that your abilities work.
Hey, I got to
As much
deflect
as-
something.
You got to do all the monk things. Thank you for those who are following. Thank you for the folks that are here tonight. It is a pleasure seeing you every week. We will be back we're going to eat some pudding and recharge, and when we pick back
Pudding
up,
with
we'll
graham cracker
still be in the void. Thanks,
Pudding for
Pyromancer, for resubbing. If you're enjoying tonight's stream, throw us a follow.
That's
Consider
right.
subscribing. You can subscribe for free
Yeah.
with Twitch Prime. Yeah, so we'll see you back in about 15 minutes, folks. Oh, that's the wrong screen. We are back. Hello, everybody, and thank you, Chromatic Chimera, for raiding.
Thank you.
We were eating
At the
delicious
bits.
pudding.
That's right, we were.
And thank you
And
for the
thank you
100
for the bits.
bits, RP Jesus.
Thank you.
We were back.
That's really great. Thank you for all the love, and thanks for the support. We were eating delicious pudding.
That's right.
But we are back into the void now, as you have just defeated the Thune away party? That has
The
now...
raiding party or
Yeah,
whatever
the
the
space-
Were
Spaceship.
any of them wearing red shirts?
I don't know, what do you think? So the spaceship has now turned around
I'm wearing the red
and
shirt
flown
for
away.
this.
You all stand in the wreckage. Midgar Lang just kind of speaks up. He's like, "Oh, that's not good."
How long do you think we have?
Thune.
You take 102 points of damage.
That was good. That was good. Okay.
Alrighty, D&D Beyond. Knock it off. There we go.
Hey, Nat. We were talking about your druid earlier.
Yeah, Liz/Selena asked if there were void druids. I was like, well, Nat made one.
Yep.
Yeah, there is a spaceship. Oh, thank you, Patches, for following. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's great. Oh my god.
That's
Okay.
so cool.
Yeah, thank you all for the raid. That really helps.
Aw.
What the hell was I doing with my life?
You're in the void.
Spaceship
Midgar Lane.
Midgar Lane.
I had
That's
asked
not
him
good.
how long
we
he
have.
thinks we have.
Right.
And Justice said Thune.
Right. So here's the thing about the void. We're moving around and traversing pocket dimensions, and so we've got some time. They found us twice, but it took them 2 weeks between each. So hopefully we've got another 2 weeks before they find us.
That should hopefully be enough time.
Hopefully they do not show show up climactically before right at the end of the 2 weeks.
That's what I hope, but
Right. Well, shall we go back inside?
yeah. And he kind of just looks over to like the teeth Leviathan that's flying through the space.
Should we take anything useful off the weird Thune?
Oh,
You can
that's
try to
right,
loot
there
their
are
corpses.
Yeah.
Roll investigate.
Sure, I can. If anyone is also.
I will
looting corpses.
also assist with the investigation.
Maybe we just do our own, right? Because you're really good at it. I'll
I'm
take one
very
body,
good
you
at
take
it.
another.
Okay.
That's 20 total.
That is 23 total.
So you find 2 laser rifles, the kind that do radiant damage.
Oh, hey.
They have only so many shots in them, unfortunately, but
But they're charged ambiently, right? By the.
not as such. No, nope. That is not how this works. They have
Powered by
dog.
the supermassive black hole.
Yeah, pretty much. And you find those two. You find those 2 laser rifles. Their gear is unfortunately shaped to accompany mind flares, so that's not really a thing you can. It's monster gear. You know, you can't quite wear it. You can't. But the kind of face mask they wear, the armor they wear, if perhaps someone could take some time and research it, not the 2 weeks that you have, though that time is occupied, but in the future, you might be able to make something out of it.
Excellent.
Out in the bag.
So,
If anything, I'm sure that I could. Midgar, is this equipment valuable?
Oh yeah. You can sell it to me if you want.
How much would something like this go for?
Oh, which bit? The suits or the guns?
Individually, what are they worth?
The guns. Let's see. I'd give you $350 a pop.
That does not seem to be a fair price.
350 gold each gun. You don't think that's a fair price?
No, I think that's at least 700 would be reasonable.
You're out of your goddamn mind. Your void damned mind.
yeah, go ahead and roll persuasion.
Persuasion?
19.
Oh, wait, no, that's not a save. Sorry, check. Oh yeah, 19. The check.
He looks you up and down. He's like,
400 is best I can do.
he's like, listen, they're valuable, but I mean, it's not that different than my issue M. I'm giving you 20% of the selling price.
I mean, we might have a supply and demand situation here where you have access to tech like this, but I haven't seen anything in Gishar
Indeed.
quite as prevalent.
So
Yeah.
perhaps we could fetch a fairer price where this equipment is more rare.
If,
We could-
if anyone understands what you're trying to sell them, yes.
I mean, we can demonstrate it.
How would you acquire more ammunition for these kinds of weapons?
Well, you can always come into Lang and buy some into the the consortium. That's what we do. We sell items. Or you can travel the endless void of space and hunt Thune and kill them for their ammunition.
How much does the ammunition go for?
For a pack, 25, 50 gold.
Thank you. And
Those breathing apparatuses actually are quite powerful. They're only the Thune make them, to be honest with you. They can block out even spells that are normally not prevented by breathing apparatuses, such as Cloud Kill. They make the wearer immune to it. Whereas other breathing apparatuses found in the world do not. Cloud Kill is known to seep in through every crevice available.
That would have been very handy when we went to
But
Gehenna.
fortunately, it's not fitted for your face or your body.
We might want to hold on to that and we can see what we can do with it later.
Indeed. But it's good to know what we are holding.
That's right.
Thank you, Midgar.
Oh, that's what I'm here for. So, shall we continue? I believe there are some bracers that you need made.
Indeed.
We still need to learn more about the void.
Yes, you do.
And you all enter back into the temple.
Music always gives me like a heart attack.
So, yeah, I know, me too. So the Voidsmith will teach you void magic. Gilly, he will offer to teach you either Collapse of a Yearning Titan, which is the one that pulls in and smacks everyone together, or he will teach you Final Vestige of the Fading Sun, which is an AoE blind. It doesn't do any damage.
I'll take the AoE blind that feels more gilly.
Final Vestige of the Fading Sun, you should be able to search it on your spell list. But yeah. It should be there. I added it to Bard, I added it to Homebrew. I don't know what else to do D&D Beyond. But yeah, it's already on D&D Beyond. You will learn Final Vestige of the Fading Sun.
Okay.
Collapse of a Yearning Titan in your spellbook, because you can just add this to your spellbook. And you will learn, you will gain a scroll that you can learn later of Arrival of a Dying Planet.
The names.
And they should all be on D&D Beyond. Now, Gilly, I don't know how you're going to... I'll probably have to work it as a feat to add it into your character later in order to add it.
I was like, I don't know how I can add this.
Yeah, you can't add extra spells.
Yeah.
As far as I know in D&D Beyond, you just gotta work it as a feat.
Right.
But
I think I can do it because
you can because you're a wizard. Yeah, so you can just write down somewhere that you know Final Vestige of a Fading Sun.
But I'll need to have the Void Diamond on me to use it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So once it's...
So I probably won't be casting that anytime soon. Because somebody else is hanging on to that.
You guys could be like one of those twins that like you both hold on to and like
You both
you could have matching outfits.
twin power.
That's Shadow or Gilly. It's all coming together.
Collapse of a
It was
giant.
Gilly who saved him in the void.
That's
Yeah!
right. See? Like I said.
Wearing the black and red.
This makes me so happy.
So you are able to... And so the you are able to learn those basic spells. Gilly. Through those trials and tribulations with the Voidsmith, you are able to learn how to harness the power of the void in your own way. He will now speak to you. He says, "What do you make of the void, Gilly, now that you've learned of its power and witnessed its splendor?"
Well, if anything, I'm more terrified than I was before.
Good. That means you understand it at least somewhat. But why are you afraid of the void?
You mean, besides the whole cannot be reasoned with, cannot be bargained with, it comes to destroy and blah blah blah, all of that. Besides all of that?
Yes, besides all of
Why else besides that am I terrified of it?
that. Yes.
You need more than that?
Yes.
Because it's not just a consumption, right? It's a consumption and a corruption. From what I can tell, if you're consumed by the void then has you and can twist you to whatever it wants. Or use it and I don't know. I'm not good at explaining this stuff, but it's not good.
Okay. Well,
Am I wrong? Like, it not only... it's like a not just a loss for the material plane, but it's also a gain on the void's end, right?
Yes.
Anything it consumes from the material plane?
Yes. Wherever the realms of death consume life and take, and all that is left is the force, the destructive force of grief. The void turns friends into enemies, fathers into murderers, wives into, well, into things that have to be put down. That is the power of the void. Apart from its raw destructive force, apart from its ability to consume, it converts like no other force does. While it is true the power of undeath does wane on your reality, the creatures left behind by undeath are vestiges. They are not what they were. They are husks. They can be reasoned, they can be destroyed. You kill a zombie of your friend, it may bother you for some time, you may even not be able to do it, you may not be able to get past it, but that is your ego. That is your own attachments, that is your own love. The void takes what is and turns it into something else. The things that it creates, although they appear differently, and although they are more malevolent, they are very much what they were. Bless you. They are just the void. The truth is, Gilly, that although the arresting light protects the power, your realm from the power of the void is everywhere. It's in all of us. Every man, woman, child, and person and folk in your plane, every beast, every tree, every creature has a part of the void in them, because the void is as much part of existence as anything else. It's all around us, always. So, you say it cannot be reasoned with. You say it cannot be bargained, or persuaded, or deceived. I would say this is true, but people like me have found power in the void. We have found blessings in the void. We have also known great horror. Tell me, how do you believe one makes a pact with the void? How do you believe one forges life in the void?
I don't know, but probably with some sort of, well, I guess it'd have to be a bargain then, wouldn't it?
It is more of a bargain with yourself than with the void. How much?
I suppose that makes sense. How much you're willing to sacrifice of yourself. What lengths you're willing to go.
And what parts of yourself you hate the most.
Is it about self-loathing then?
I believe it is for some, but I am no expert. And well, I should say I am an expert. I should say I don't know everything. I am only musing. There are many interpretations of the void, but I do believe it is about self-loathing. I do believe it is a manifestation of the self-destructive impulse. The voice that tells you to harm yourself. The voice that tells you to covet. The voice that tells you to lie, even when there's nothing to gain. It is the impulse of pure chaos. You will now wield a fraction of the power of the void. I don't imagine you'll go down any further.
if you should, do remember Nighttown. I will be there to guide you into the void.
Refresh my memory if I'm, or forgive me if I'm misremembering this, but I believe you said that you would teach us the way to to control the voidling that we were going to be dealing with.
Yes. And so I shall teach you a few phrases of void speech.
Great. Just great. Is that dangerous for me to know? Listen, words have hurt my brain before.
We've already been exposed to the void, Gilly. You're far past that now.
Oh, great.
You have that going for you.
So you can write down void speech phrases. And as you look around you now, you can see his legs have distended. And they are now spread apart, and you can see these tentacles writhing, where his bottom form has given out. And all around you are the shadowy tendrils of his tentacles.
Yeah, cool.
And then, as the conversation stops, you look around your friends, because they haven't understood a word of it. Because you've been speaking in the void the whole time.
Figured.
He looks at you. He says, "Here endeth the lesson. I believe I've heard that in one of your plays." He squirms away over back to the forge.
That reminds me of Ursula a little bit.
I'll admit that in the past I'm gonna nasty. I sound exactly like her.
The window behind him.
Poor unfortunate souls. We are poor unfortunate souls, aren't we?
I'm going to teach you some phrases in the void. Donde está la biblioteca?
No, gosh. Not as
Wo
such.
ist im Toilette?
I don't know what that was, but it definitely wasn't German.
It's good enough to get by.
Only because they all speak English.
They know what Wo ist. Wo ist is where is.
So, at the end of your 2 weeks in the void,
Wo ist.
as you try to bed down for a night, your thoughts...
I'm just wondering if there was opportunity for scenes for scenes.
Oh, yeah,
Is
sure.
there opportunity?
Sure, yeah, of course, yeah.
Gilly would find some time to just try to chat with Sevilius.
I'll probably just be sitting up against a rock, paging through the journal.
How are you holding up?
Better than I fully expected. But it's the void. It was holding up. We've been here almost 4 weeks now. Just a month.
Right, but you have more to deal with than the rest of us here.
Yeah, I'm working through it. I have some answers that I've gained.
Right.
So it wasn't all a waste.
What about your family's blade? Do you think it's true that it's been cursed?
It might be. And I'm sure we'll probably have to take some sort of precautions until we're sure a Vorgish has been eliminated. I think as long as I don't claim it in the name of the Void, then it might be okay. But if...
Wasn't it said that if you reclaimed it at all, it would complete the ritual for a Vorgish?
Correct, but if we slay a Vorgish first, and as long as I don't hopefully take it right away, I'm not forced to, I won't complete anything. But I guess we'll see. I might need one of you to grab it for me. Just hold on to it.
When it says reclaim, Like, what does that mean? Does that just mean you picking it up, or?
Probably. Having it in my possession. It's a very, very powerful family heirloom. It has a strong link to my family, my line. It's been, I mean, my father's father used it, his father's father. I mean, it's been with the family forever. I don't even know if anyone knows where it originally came from or who originally made it, so.
I mean, I've done some reading on it and all that, but all the sources are somewhat conflicting as to like what it really is capable of.
Yeah, it's all.
Do you
and
know?
I don't fully know the extent of its powers. They're all teleportation based, as far as I know. But I've only seen my father wield it a couple of times, and before that, I mean, we're relatively peaceful. I was young. And I think it's different for each person too, even.
Suppose that makes sense.
Yeah.
An artifact of that nature, with, ties with specifically your bloodline, it would have to have some way of understanding, right, and connecting with the particular bloodline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Possibly links to the Blade song that we've learned and passed down as well.
So I suppose it would make sense that it would sort of bond differently depending on that.
Yeah. Interlinked magic.
It's really
intertwined.
It's really advanced.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. But what are you going to do if we get into a situation where the blade is there and a Voragesh hasn't been slain?
I don't know. I'm sure we'll have to cross that bridge when we get to it. Figure out the situation. I mean, I've worked for the last 20 or so years to bring my people back, but I won't sacrifice all that time just to pick up a sword and doom everyone. So.
And those... Hi over there.
Hey. I'm just popping in to tell the Legends of Adventurous crew I love them.
That's like being in bed with someone.
Wow. Okay, we're just having a scene over here. You're popping on a completely different channel.
They're still going, and I'm proud of them.
From me, at least.
Matt's
I don't even know what I was saying anymore.
I don't
his
know, but we
bottom
need
is.
to clip that because we
We
need
do.
eternal proof that the DM.
Cheating on you guys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's all good.
Yeah. Seeing some of your kin and what has happened with them
Yeah,
has to be rough.
it has been. I didn't grow up in the land of summer forever, so I didn't know them very well other than the stories my parents told after they came over. But it's still hard to see those of your own, those who could have survived, corrupted. Not just dead, but corrupted.
Knowing that for everyone we lose to the void, it's not just a loss for us, but it's something now the void has.
Correct. And can use against you.
That's a lot to process.
It is.
But you might get to see your aunt again.
Hopefully we make it out of here alive. If it's harder to get out than it is in, then we're gonna have a rough time of it after what we went through.
Right. Well, we've made it through all of this. I don't know, if nothing else, we know we've done some good.
We have. We absolutely have. Well,
If there's ever anything else weighing on your mind, let me know.
will do. Appreciate it. You've been a good help, a good anchor. Keep us all together.
I just keep trying my best and hoping it's enough.
You're doing well. I'm gonna get back to my reading, if you don't mind.
So what have we learned, folks, about the Void and the Land of the Summer Forever and the Elves? What are your interpretation of these events? What are your thoughts?
I feel like the void, well, obviously, it absorbed them, but instead of destroying them, it gained them, twisted them in some way. And unlike like with undead, like there's still a remnant there, it's just been very deformed almost. So when we're talking to an Anastasia, there's some remnant of the Anastasia that's there. And sounds like those who want him to take the ancestral blade and basically pull a lot of people, if not all of Edda, into the void. So it would gain them too.
It absorbed, as far as I know, it absorbed the Land of the Summer Forever and absorbed all the souls that were still trapped inside that weren't able to escape,
Correct.
giving them fractured versions of themselves.
It appears so.
He's done this with lots of other worlds too.
Mm-hmm.
You can survive the void.
That is true.
Given a strong enough personality, you can survive it. No, you can survive the void. We're surviving it.
Nice. Okay. Heard.
And Selena doesn't know this, but as a player character, the void is chaos and knows how to consume, but doesn't know how to reimagine or build. And the road to hell is paved with good intentions. However, you get a person or a group of people that's strong enough to rebuild, could potentially build the void into that which it's consumed and that's which once was.
Okay.
So
Just
because
with
it
way
can't
more
build.
teeth and lots more flesh and eyes.
Well, when we
Sure,
were
but
in
what
the
you got?
land of the summer forever, there weren't, teeth and eyes. It was
I mean,
just.
that was also an illusion. For the most part.
But if we could find the planet that used to be the land of the summer forever, there's no reason you couldn't rebuild it and change the magic there.
Could certainly try.
Potentially.
What else? Is there anything else anyone feels like they understand now about the Void and the Elves?
That's a good. If the void can't build, it consumes because it doesn't have a builder. That's a good point.
Yeah. And I mean, that's how you become a god.
Mm-hmm.
What I think that maybe we don't fully understand though is what drives the void. Like, what is the force behind the void? Right? Like, is it godlike beings? Is it just an entropic existence? Is there a sentience? Is it not sentient? Just chaos?
I mean, I feel like it's
How much do
entropy.
we understand of that?
That's a good description.
What?
Entropy.
I think it's entropy.
Just pure entropy. No sentience.
I mean, at some point it's going to consume something that's stronger than it. If it hasn't already.
And we saw the land of the smoking lady have been
Consumed, yeah.
consumed. Yeah, she's still.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is the land of the smoking lady that we
The pocket
ended up in, it's since then has been consumed?
Yeah, you were seeing fragments of that white city in there. Yeah.
Okay. But the one that we were in was not just some random illusion. They're the same thing, just
So-
in two different.
So when you say illusion, do you mean from episode 15 or whatever, or?
So when Selena was stabbed,
Yeah.
and we all ended up,
Yeah.
and it started to become consumed.
Yes.
Was that in our timeline, and that's the one we see here?
It would appear so.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a problem.
It's not like it's a thing that had already happened.
Yeah.
Happened.
But
Well,
I've-
who knows, right?
We think it
But
might
I've
happen since.
spoken to the smoking lady since then.
She might have made it out.
Oh.
Alrighty.
Quick question,
Yeah.
and this is a player question, less of a. The city where the buildings were made of mirrors, and they were tall.
Yeah.
Were those just modern skyscrapers?
I don't know. What were they, you know? No one tells me anything. I ask the void, it doesn't reply, it never texts back. I'm single and I'd rather not talk about it. Since we're on the subject.
It's complicated.
Since the divorce. No. My sense of humor is the worst. Being ghosted by the void. Only me, actually. Only me.
Your
yes.
own creation of the void.
Yeah.
Your own void child ghosted you.
That's just it. That's,
Yeah, there it is. There it is, folks.
There it is. That's the truth, and we're all,
That's
we all have to, that's the tea. Is there any other scene anyone would like to create right now?
The dream spell only works on whatever plane of existence I'm on, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
God, no. I'm
You
gonna.
want to dream with a thing with more eyes or more teeth?
At some point.
Which thing do you want to commune with?
Neither.
That's like an old man in a
I'm
chair.
just double checking.
Yeah, of course.
If you can describe them well enough,
Oh, boy.
Teeth.
God, that's a bad idea.
it's a real bad
At
idea.
some point, if it's not a bad idea, to pass the time, because there's a lot of it. We have a month between all this stuff. I will, as he's hammering away, I will play the violin, and I will use him as a metronome to my beat.
Okay.
So,
Ting.
yeah.
Ting. Play the violin.
Performance
Roll
check.
performance.
I'll invite, if she even wanted to join, Gilly could join if she
All
wanted.
right, roll separate checks.
Sure.
Since I know she likes music and we're here for a fucking month.
That's right. I've probably been playing a lot of music. Writing new songs about the Prism.
I'm trained in veal, so that would be
Can I
a
reroll
23.
ones?
Charisma plus proficiency.
Oh, is it charisma?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was. We'd use Dex in the past, so I'm
Oh,
using.
yeah,
so
yeah,
okay,
okay,
sure.
sure.
Because I have
No, I
a
just
thing
rolled
down here at
another
the bottom.
one.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah, 23.
How does that work if I roll
It's
2
halfway.
ones in a row?
Oh, you have to take the second result.
Lucky!
Losing a lot. Up your
And
roll.
I rolled a 3!
Yes! Oh, sweet justice.
Yes.
13!
Justice outplays you for like the second or third time,
It's fine.
but you guys are able to play a beautiful melody. To
It's fine.
the
I've been
metronome.
speaking void speech all day.
That's right.
My sense of rhythm is real off.
What's our thing? We howl like wolves, right?
Oh,
Because we never come up with
What
anything.
are you doing?
That's what it's literally gonna
No,
be.
we do not.
Legend of Adventures has this great thing I love where they go, you gotta get up, you gotta go,
That's
they
right,
clap
that's right.
for like celebrations.
And
And
we
like
howl.
something where like, we need that. We need that.
I mean, is this
Until
what
I
we're
hear a
doing
better
at
alternative.
10:30 tonight? Is figuring out what our shtick is?
No.
No,
We are,
absolutely not.
we are trying to get out of the void.
It's howling like wolves. Give
Thank
him the
you so
clap.
much. I hope the beginning of your new arc went well on Prime. I saw you all were doing that. I got in trouble for popping in on the stream.
There's a clip of it that you can cut.
Absolutely
us all.
a
Check the
clip.
clip.
Somebody please put it in our Discord so that we can hold
Yeah.
that for all eternity.
I got in trouble because I was like, I'm watching Legend of Adventures.
During
While
the
you're having
game,
a scene.
during a scene.
Don't worry.
Don't worry, I was just on Pornhub.
I miss them.
I
So you are playing the violin in, next to the metronome of the void. So it's ting, ting, ting. Before I get to the end, the what do you call the falling action here? Is there any scene anyone else would like to create any conversation?
I probably would have checked in with your Drill, but if she has nothing amazing to add, there's no reason to have that unless there's.
Okay. Yeah, she's quiet. She's like, it's very strange here.
Yes, it is.
Alrighty. So to the metronome, you play your song. At the end of week 2, so you're all sitting there in the void, huddled around, trying to steal your thoughts. But the cold deadness of space, what you've seen, the feeling of the Thume, what you witnessed, the psychic attacks, the powers, all the violence is starting to wear heavy on your mind after 2 weeks. I want everyone to tell me what their character's worst fear, core wound is right now in this part of their journey.
That I will fail in the upcoming missions and will never have a chance to truly free my people.
Okay.
Not finishing what I've started.
Okay.
And I know that's kind of vague.
Right. A little more specificity?
Kind of threefold. Stopping a Vorgesh.
Mm-hmm.
Saving as many people as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And being able to retire quietly.
Okay.
You said core fear?
Yeah.
Right.
Or core wound. Something that haunts you right now.
Becoming consumed by the void and becoming a force of destruction instead of a force of like healing and positivity and all of that.
And yours?
Watching more people be consumed by the void.
Okay. Did you make me a dexterity saving throw?
Is this a spell in 5 feet?
Don't be an asshole.
Where's that doorknob? Oh, fuck it. That's another 17 on the dice. That's a 24.
You succeed. I want you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Big dice. Big numbers. Ooh. That is a 12 plus an 8, 20.
Okay, you're fine. Charisma.
Dice, I can rely on you for 17s, just not for 20s.
Hang on, I think I'm doing my math in my head, right? 30.
That was only going to be really good or really bad.
You're good. Civilians. Intelligence. Okay, thank you.
It's almost like you did this on purpose.
I know,
Almost as
weird.
though.
14.
That's a failure.
Oh no. Oh buddy, oh buddy, oh buddy.
5 on the dice.
Oh buddy. Oh no.
That's 100. That's an 86. Okay. So, you kind of about midway through week 3, you can't help but shake this kind of this feeling of uneasiness. You just it's like you can never quite get comfortable as you're trying to sit around as you train and you do these things, and then you cannot get comfortable as hard as you try. And you're just becoming very unsettled. Alrighty. So at the end of week 2, he pulls up 2 beautiful mirrored bracers that seem to be made out of like a mirror, and he hands them to you. I believe these shall serve you well in the coming days. Be careful with those. They have a virus inside it.
Do you care to elaborate?
All mirrors are viruses. Everyone knows that.
I'm confused. How is a mirror a virus?
Haven't you ever noticed? They spread. put two mirrors together, they spread to infinity.
It's really crazy.
Oh, my brain.
They shall serve you. Welcome to the void.
Feeble mind twice.
I have contained the virus. Just like your dagger there contains a malevolence.
Thank you very much, Voidsmith.
Put them on. They will serve you well. On D&D Beyond, they are the embrace of the virus. Or embrace of a virus, but yeah. Embrace of the virus.
Oh no.
Love that. They do not require attunement. But only you can wear them.
Oh no, what happens if anyone else wears them?
Wouldn't do it. Wouldn't recommend it.
You get trapped in the mirrors.
Oh no.
Thank you, Matthew.
You're welcome. It should be embrace of the virus. On your equipment page, it should just pop right up. I tested it.
Yeah, just add equipment.
Okay. So you put those on, and they kind of feel like quicksilver around your wrist. And they kind of mold, and they harden. You can feel them as they kind of rub them up against each other. You can see your reflection. But it's just a little off center. It's a little crooked.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a perfect reflection. It's just a little to the left.
Mm-hmm.
You just kind of move it around as you look inside.
Interesting. I'm reading through it. I'll say, when I first got a piece of that void diamond, I saw it as an opportunity to permanently put an end to my oppressors. However, I now knew the cost was too great. I hope that in this form it can be repurposed to do some good.
Alrighty. The end of week 2. I believe that settles all of our business, and we can now head back.
Let's leave this place. Terrible.
I've got an inspiring speech whenever is the moment for that.
Go for it. Hit us with it.
All right. I'm going to say, all right. The void. The final frontier.
You take 100.
These are the voyages of the group called the Prism. Our fortnight mission: to explore strange new magics, to seek out allies, and rescue Glitch, to boldly go forth and stop a Voragesh.
The violin.
You take 102 points of damage.
Do we get 102 hit points from that?
Nope. Okay, y'all gain 16 temp. The worst.
Listen.
Oh god, don't support her RPGs. Don't support my shitbag players.
Support me so much!
We've been trying to crush her will for so long, and it just won't stay down.
God damn it.
I feel inspired.
You should. You should
Super
after that.
inspired.
So they
It's also a very inspiring tune on the violin and everything. The sweeping strings.
As you round minute 10, it's been a long road.
No,
From
that
there
does
to
not
here.
happen. No.
So, as the Voidsmith begins to prepare the portal, he clasps his hands together and begins to cast a spell. This is going to take a minute. 10 minutes. He begins to cast. He begins to pray. And Garlang's like, well, this will be it. Once you're past the portal, the contract is expended. Please revisit this mission's contract. Please visit Planet Lang whenever you have a moment.
Do you have a business card? Or
Oh, yes. And he hands you his card. He's like, use that. And you can visit Lang or we can come to you.
I appreciate your services.
Yeah, services are more robust and prices are better on the planet. We can always send someone. Yeah. And he kind of looks up as the Voidsmith is casting a spell. I hope you don't mind a little intrusion. I understand that you are approaching an event called the Blood Moon, where this Voragesh.
Yes.
That's interesting. A lot of plays are being made around the blade, the curse that surrounds it. Tell me, do you know very much about it?
I don't know all that much. I've seen it in use, but haven't really gotten to understand it.
Well, listen. I am not I am not any kind of void cultist. I'm not like Chrysatal or any of these awful creatures you've met. But I do have a vested interest in who comes out on top of that particular dogfight. If you take the blade in the name of the void, that would be pretty terrible.
I fully agree with that statement.
But if you kill a Voragesh, well, might not work out in your favor.
What, killing a Volgash?
Yeah.
How so?
Well, listen. The arresting light is failing. It has to be replaced by something.
Okay.
The power of the heaven, the power of the high heavens can't restore the arresting light. It's obviously not interested in doing anymore. And then there's only one other game in town. And that's hell.
But they certainly won't restore it. They'll seal them off on the material plane.
No, they'll replace it though. With something else.
I mean, we certainly can't have him summon legions of Hellforged. Any of that.
Look, all I'm saying, if you take out a Voragesh, you're gonna have to figure out what to do about the arresting light.
We will. It's definitely a problem.
So, not a Voragesh. That's all well and good. But maybe there's another figure. Perhaps a client of mine.
Who would you suggest?
Oh, she's an enigmatic figure.
Oh no.
Powerful creature that has existed for quite some time. I believe you met her. She's ancient. And quite obscure. The Lane Consortium serves a number of patrons.
I'm sure they do.
You don't live that long. Unless you've got some serious juice.
I don't think she's too happy with us right now.
No. She's not. That's why she sent me to find you.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Don't worry. I'm not gonna attack you. I could defeat you if I wanted to.
You can. The Voidsmith is still chanting and is kind of looking back.
But you got your void. It's gonna consume all life. Yeah, heaven, who doesn't have the strength to move forward anymore. You got hell. You don't want any part of that.
So what is Dupla gonna do if she takes over? What is she going to erect or let through?
I don't know. Probably more of the same. She benefits a great deal from the status quo.
I mean, if we did that, if we even promised to do that, would she release Glitch?
Oh, that elf?
And my family.
That too.
Sorry, I'm not there for this, right?
But I think
And I think you guys are like
Okay,
you're all
okay.
like standing there like trying to do the polite thing, the elevator thing, where you pretend you don't hear the conversation.
But we're all slowly leaning closer and closer. Like,
When he preparing stunning strike, when he said that he was here,
He
right.
cannot take you guys. He's
Right.
a CR2 creature.
That's good to know.
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
Never mind. I
Listen,
should.
knowledge is power.
he still has to survive this to save us.
Yeah.
In the future.
Hopefully,
His future.
people can be resurrected. Anyway, so yeah, you're up against a wall here. You made some enemies, but it's not unsalvageable. She doesn't want to get sent to the void or the Great Machine. That's their play.
What about the machine, though?
could you pass a message for us?
Of
Oh, my
course.
Answer about the machine first.
Listen, machines can be broken.
So can people. People are machines.
So can rest in lots, apparently.
Yeah. So, send her to the Great Machine. Do the Void Cultist's bidding. See how that plays out. That is what you're doing here.
I meant, what about the machine in terms of other things that could keep the void at bay?
Like I said, machines break down. Machines can be broken.
From what I understand at this point, anything is only a temporary fix.
Yeah.
So, we just have to figure out what our best option is now, and our best backup.
Listen. Oh, what?
We'll definitely take the offer and advise him.
You have my card.
We do.
And you like are feeling the card and you can do this, and there's two of them. And one of them just says, is like, it's just an M. The other card is just a D.
For fuck's sake.
He gave you the D.
He did. He gave you the D.
It's a D and then an L, I guess.
Would
It's DLC.
There it is. There it
How
is.
much gold is this going to cost?
we were questioning Dupla's motives, and we've had time to think on them. She was trying to keep you. She signed a contract to bring, or she was privy,
Yes.
present, on a contract to bring a Vorgesh to the material plane. She also knew, presuming these are truths, that you taking the blade is the final cinch in freeing a Vorgesh and claiming that blade for your family. And she tried to stop that. I mean, not the best way possible, but ancient beings don't put faith in things that can't see an ancient being's bigger picture. I mean, I'm a blip on her radar. Even if I manage to live 120 years, I'm still a blip on her radar. You're an M-dash with your 450 years.
496. But who's counting?
No one's counting.
I'm counting.
You're counting, clearly.
You don't look a day over 200, you're fine.
Gotcha.
Is it worth at least having a conversation with her?
I think
From a safe distance.
I think perhaps with the information that Mr. Lang has provided, we, in a more secluded scenario, could have this discussion.
That's fair. But if we can warm invite our way into a conversation through someone she's already contracted.
We have her card.
We're talking
We do.
about elevating this person to contract.
Oh, he gave you her card.
Yes, I have his card and her
Oh.
card.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, can you put these in the bag of holding?
Yes.
Because, you know, they could
Yeah.
be tapped.
Yeah.
Doesn't work through the void, but yeah.
Still.
Cool motive, still spine.
But
Listen,
Because we know other. Well, I will not go any further. Perhaps we should save this conversation for when we are alone.
but we are, just to be clear, Midgar, you are suggesting we assist to elevate Duplicroy to godhood.
She's already pretty close. I wouldn't say godhood, no.
Well then, what, if not godhood, can actually keep the void at bay?
The contract, which I believe you have possession of, is very interestingly written. It allows for all sorts of precautions, measures, countermeasures, and interesting steps. It was expertly negotiated. Duplicroy was the negotiator.
So she wrote loopholes in for herself.
Read deeper. I'm sure at your first pass you didn't see it.
Huh.
Loophole. Not loopholes for herself per se, but loopholes to where if they get close to the finishing line, how can I say this? So if they get close enough to the finishing line, they do everything but free of Oragesh. Enough pieces are in place for her to take power. She won't be a god, but she'll have control of the Gishari Church. A church whose power has been restored. All terms of the contract will be satisfied. And the signatories, of which Duplicroy is not one, will have satisfied their fiduciary responsibilities and good faith actions. So a kind of strange detente would take place, and the church would be restored to power. Voragesh would remain in limbo, and Gishari can resume acting as it is now. It's not ideal, but it's going to be a whole lot less bloodshed.
That is true. We'll definitely take that under advisement. We'll look over the contract. We appreciate your help in the void.
Yes. Clever little things, those contracts.
And thank you, Mercs of Mischief, for following.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Does everyone understand?
I believe that we have the picture.
All right.
What's
Go ahead.
You say Dupla just envisions more of the same. She benefits from status quo.
Oh, yes.
She owns like half the businesses on the continent.
She does.
But what sorts how do I phrase this? What sorts of deeds is she already, in one way or another, essentially responsible for?
I believe that
And
we.
will be responsible for should this all take place? What sorts of things are going and people are going to be trampled and sacrificed for the greater good?
What?
They are obviously having at least some amount of sacrifices to perform these rituals.
I mean, I
To
guess
to satisfy, to sake the contract, to get a Voragesh, right? And to restore the arresting light in some manner.
I think what Midgard is getting at here is magic is a funny thing, and each act of magic, if performed concluded correctly, is mutually exclusive from the next thing that happens.
I'm talking about how many people are dying in the process of making that happen.
I mean, we don't know. We'll have to look through the contract again.
What sorts of things what sorts of things are going to be coming to pass if that's the path that we choose to allow to happen, or if we fail to stop it?
Gilly, again, this maybe is not a conversation to have in front of Mr. Lang, but I would say that if those steps are to be taken, it will likely pale in comparison to the bloodshed that would occur if we stop Avorogesh and allow the void to consume the planet, or
we don't stop
if we do not stop Avorogesh and then allow hell to consume the planet. There is a thing called a lesser of two evils, and in this case it is three.
We have many answers to that question, but I think what Midgar, as I said, mutually exclusive, magic's a funny business. If we let Dupla stop Avorogesh, and we think we have enough resources, power, or otherwise to manage replacing the arresting light, we can come to a different bridge that allows us to depose Dupla without dooming everyone. You're not wrong, we're probably dooming 20, 30, 40 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, whatever that number looks like. We have the answer to that question. We just need to read it.
We need to spend more time studying that contract, see what we can find out about it. Maybe we can find out another fourth solution.
If only he had said this 4 weeks ago.
I didn't want you to dispose of me.
Well, the contract does go both ways.
It does.
You promised to get us out of here and come with us back to the material plane.
In this case, I am the servant of two masters, and I am trying to fulfill my duties and obligations.
Well, so I'm 99% sure if we kill you now, we don't get saved from going into the past later, which was earlier. Time's as weird as magic.
It's best not to think about it.
Yeah, let's not mess with time.
Let's not mess with times.
Times is not the
Now is not the time, sis.
No, it's not.
So, I have more thoughts about that later. But as far as the death toll, if you maintain the status quo, there are any number of factions and figures who won't be satisfied. And there will be war. No matter what you do, thousands, millions are going to die. And if you kill a Vorigesh, you'll at least have some time. But not as much time if you just support Dupla LaCroix. There's a as the void portal opens, you hear like a in the back of the
We
temple
need to go
glows
now.
out.
What did I say? What did I say about timing?
And you see a Thune spaceship, the mothership, just floating
Yes.
If
Boom.
only I had said this 5 minutes ago, but I have the rope of mending that I would have been tying around our wrists so we couldn't get lost on our trip back.
Friendship bracelets. Friendship bracelets. So,
He's like, I believe that closes out this conversation.
he takes a pot shot and runs into the portal.
It's the exhaust port.
So there's like a... You see all these green beams start to fly. And like there's almost like... It just kind of just fills your screen of view. All the lasers that start to fly at you.
That's hot.
All right, let's go.
Did you let me
Yeah,
do the
yeah,
rope
yeah,
thing?
yeah.
We're all roped together and I have all sorts of greater restoration handy.
Good.
Hands. So I'm in the middle, so I can hand
Okay.
anyway.
So you one after another enter the portal.
Have you grown extra arms?
Wait, hold on, listen. Did you realize what you just said? I'm in the middle, so I can hands everyone.
Me too. That's my favorite. That's my favorite.
I'm Krishna.
Hands,
All
hands,
right,
man. Just druid things.
Cast Reese and get to it.
So one after another, you guys dart into the void portal.
Oh man.
I need everyone to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh no! Why, Matt?
I'm sorry, it's the void.
This is...
Oh no. Okay, that could have been horribly worse, but that's still pretty
Okay,
terrible.
I'll take that.
9.
Failure.
21.
Good.
20.
Fine.
13.
So you're up to... Yeah, and then you have 1. Okay.
Oh boy.
So you all land in the dark little hovel. Magar's like, wow, that wasn't so bad. And he looks at you. He's like, oh. I'm sorry, he looks at you. He's like, oh, you're gonna want to get that checked.
Uh-oh.
And you hear Justice go, that's where we're gonna end for tonight's session.
Oh no!
Greater restoration, greater restoration.
Oh gosh. Good timing.
There's
Gotta
a
go
reason
check
at
out-
this level I have 2 5th level spells.
Oh boy.
We will see how this all unfolds. I'm sorry, the dice are the dice. Y'all got feet, don't at me.
I'm a real boy. I don't want to be a real boy.
Maybe you should have rolled
Oh my
been
God.
lucky.
we want to thank
How would that go?
Chromatic
That
Chimera
was the
Yes.
for the raid. We want to thank Legend of Adventures for the raid.
Yeah.
I'll try not to pop in.
Try not to cheat on us next time.
Hey,
You know, just don't be so obvious about it by leaving your sound on.
that's right. That's what I'll do next time. I've done it before.
Sitting there with the phone in screen, just like,
I listened to every part of that conversation.
Uh-huh.
But we'll
They're like, sup,
Yes.
Matt, what are you doing? He's like, nothing. They're like,
Yep. Oh,
listen to some
nothing.
assholes.
I'm just like
important.
chatting. I'm like more invested in their game than I'm.
Some
I
dribble.
just,
So what's
I
going
just
on?
never get to watch Prime, and that makes me sad.
Yeah.
It's all right. Our 2 channels are intertwined in our hearts.
That's right, that's right. Nikki's gonna be joining us
Yeah.
for the Turtle one shot.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're making that entwinement more and more official.
Yeah, we are expanding our group marriage
That's
to include
right.
all of the Legend of Adventures.
Slowly
right.
the DMs will just switch teams.
That's
Merge,
right.
merge into
Merge.
a single
That's right.
DM.
Yes, me and
That's
Mikey
right.
are just gonna be like
Ultimate DM.
and then
Fused into a single
Mikey, Mattkey, then with Nikki, and then
Nicky
and then Mackie will then with Dan,
I'm not entirely sure what's going on.
and then we will take on Mercer.
Like, Mercer's just sitting at home reading a book. And the door kicks open.
Like this 10-armed creature.
One winged angel starts playing.
Yeah.
And the next thing he knows, hands.
Why is one of the hands of a gun?
What is this?
Okay. Thank you
They're gonna
to everyone
make me
who was
want
in chat. Mercer Nietzsche, of course. Loka, RP Jesus, Nat. Everyone who stopped by Emma earlier. I know she's
Thanks
asleep
so
now.
much.
It's awesome to have. It just keeps us going. Thank you
Thank
for all
you
your
for-
support.
Sorry, thank you for all the follows.
Yeah.
And
So, if you can, subscribe with Twitch Prime. If you have the $4.99, go ahead and subscribe with that.
that's right.
Thank you for your support. It helps us keep going. Anything else we'd like to say, folks?
I don't want monks.
Hit up that Discord.
Yeah.
Chat with us.
Cool.
That's right.
We will pick back up in the material plane with coughing and whatever's going on over there with the with the 4 failures.
Neat.
Oh,
The 9 million failures.
failures.
No, well, sort of 3 failures because he got 1 failure, but I 100%ed, which means it kicks up to the next league, and then so he's 3 failures.
Yeah.
Oh,
Plus, oh no, I might
Pl-
not be
plus
able
issues.
to kill. I might not be able to save you twice.
I'll be fine.
Oh no.
Well, we'll see you next week
Yeah.
in the wonderful world of Edda.